All right. It's live. What's up, Eric?
What's up, HellaBass? How you doing, Rich?
Not too bad. Epic Eric in the house.
That's right,
no
man.
surprise there. Going to talk probably a lot of hard baits tonight.
I'm excited, man. I cannot wait to see what's in the box. You remember that? What was that? Fishburne used to officiate it, and it would be they'd have to like show the box. What's in the box? I love a what's in the box segment. So I can't wait to see what's in your vintage boxes.
The thing that burned in my memory from Fishburne was when he had his own show, and he did one where he actually put a ladder in a lake and then fished off a step ladder.
That was crazy. He was doing that sight fishing thing. He was in that bay, right? He was in that bay, and he brought a freaking and he actually caught a couple doing it, didn't he?
Yeah,
that was wild. He was a nut job, man.
I see HellaBass and Ken. How's the audio, everybody? How's the quality? Let us know in the chat.
Sounds good to me.
Usually does.
Nice. No echo, no nothing, man.
You didn't miss anything, Nathan. You are literally only 30 seconds from the start of it, so you're golden. Logan says good. Somebody already wants to talk about Greg Hackney coming back. Yeah, you typed in the private chat, not in the public chat, Eric.
10-4. Yeah, I see the private chat. So I need to figure out how to
click on comments.
Ah, got it. Comments. Yep. Now I see it. So yeah, I'm seeing them come in.
Good point here. Darius is saying Eric is becoming a movie star.
No.
You know what they say? Any stream in a storm, right?
There you go. That's right. Now, all right. How do I chat? Like, I'm looking for a place to talk. Let me expand my screen and see if there's a place for me to chat.
I don't know. I've been on a guest when I have the chat, but it should be at the bottom of the chat. There should be an option for post comment, and if there's not, then I don't know. Let me guess.
Yeah. I see the private chat. I see the comments. I clicked on comments. Now I'm seeing everybody's comments. I know I can type in
see viewer comments, but I don't see anything about a checkbox for like guests.
Respond
to comments.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'll just jump over to YouTube. We're good.
The premise of tonight's show is going to be like a little bit of like bait pickers. So I got a whole big stack of Planos with all kinds of hard baits, and some of these I inherited, some of them I've collected, stuff that doesn't usually sit in my boat, and we're gonna go through it, do a little purging. So like we're gonna probably donate some of it to some high school kids. Some of them end up on eBay. If people tonight see things that they need to have and can't live without, you can slide into my DMs and they will work something out. We're not going to do any full-blown like auction style because those streams are terrible.
They are.
Nope, shots fired. But
I've been involved in those terrible streams. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
it was a laugh.
I promise you, very bad. Eric's head will stay the same size the entire stream.
I have an apology to make. That was my issue on my bandwidth, man. I had to reset my server.
Okay.
Yeah, it was me. I swear I blame. I owe the apology to BaitMan Jr. I'm gonna have to send him some baits he wants.
BMJ.
Exactly.
PH Balsa, 30% off at Tech Warehouse says done.
Nice.
So if that's not enough, just in case Eric gets stumped on baits, so I'm gonna be showing some baits, and I've got some. These are not any like real sequence, but I found some more signature
series.
Xcalibur bomber. This one
nice
little Jimmy Houston fat-free shad guppy, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like a guppy.
And I also found one of these. This is not a signature, but I found a Xcalibur jerkbait.
Oh yeah,
which I think some people like those. I only got one of them, so. But we're gonna have another guest on.
Do
tell. In case Eric gets stumped. Just in case.
What?
We got the BaitMan. What's up?
Oh, BaitMan, he's in the house. I love it. What? BaitMan.
You didn't unmute yourself.
Unmute.
You got to unmute yourself.
I'm sorry. I was figuring out how to type in the chat. So evidently you have to have an account with StreamYard. But thanks for having me, Rich.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, my man. I'm ready to see what's in that box.
St. Crest has anointed us the Holy Trinity tonight.
What? Well, St. Crest, you gotta love St. Crest, man.
Oh, man.
St. Crest?
I sent
St.
St. Crest his gator tail powder blue worms, and then I sent him an old school DT flat. You know,
dang, man.
He was looking for it.
Advantage St. Crest, man. He got the powder blue tail, gator tail.
Yeah, those DT flats that I posted on Instagram, those perch, those ended up with St. Crest as well.
That's the only color I do not like. I don't do perch colors. So I'm glad they went in blessed hands.
They eat a lot of perch up our way. Yep.
Nice. All right. So let's not waste any time. Let's start with some baits.
Dive right in.
A big screen, because that way people will get a better shot of the baits here.
Right on.
So box number 1 of HellaBass bait pickers. All right. We just lost the BaitMan.
Oh no! What happened?
I don't know, but I'm guessing BaitMan Jr. fired up the Fortnite.
It's not me tonight. Here he is.
Start up Fortnite or BaitMan Jr. or what?
No, I'm trying to get logged in so I can chat with the.
Otherwise, you can bring up YouTube.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna chat
in a separate window and mute it, and you can chat there.
Yeah, I did sign up for an account.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, so this one, deep divers. I'm seeing some old wood baits.
Tennessee Killer.
I think I've seen some cedars and a few other things.
Maybe some Poes.
Lures,
standard stuff. So I think we just got a DD22. That's pretty
Norman. Yeah,
nothing fancy.
That old faded color, man. Who still?
But it's an old color, like this
man.
I'm guessing it was bought at least in the early 90s.
Yeah, that's old school color. That catches.
Yeah. Good question.
I don't know if it's got any special value. You got a pretty beat up pose.
Wow.
I don't know what model that is.
Look at the lip on that joker.
Like, you can see it's the cedar because the wood. I mean, look how thick. I don't know if you can see this, but this wood is like the paint was super thick on these. Like,
oh yeah.
That was the only issue with pose. After time, a lot of times they would split as far as the paint. That's I believe I want to call a 1100 series pose, maybe
1100. Yeah,
that's for the ledge boy, man.
It will rip your freaking shoulder off too.
Not like the new vlogs. They're like, oh man, those aren't the 6XDs. Like, this is why people think 6XDs are easy to pull.
Yes, that's an old school color, the old Homer, man.
Yeah, the green.
Mm-hmm.
We got its twin sister here and a hot mustard looking.
Mustard. Dang, man, those jokers are big.
Yeah, they are.
They didn't make the 1100 as long as they made the 4 and 5s. Though, did they?
Compared to a DD22, I mean, it's the body's not much bigger, but the bill. I mean,
what was the diving depth on that pose, man?
I do not know.
More than 22 foot. I'd rather be throwing a DD22 than that big giant thing.
They probably thought it could go, but I bet you didn't get anywhere near that depth.
Yeah, it's not the lip. It's not the size of the lip a lot of times.
Yeah, it's how you use it, right?
That's
so like
exactly
I said, everybody like super excited about these. I just got super blurry.
You did. I saw that. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know how that's that thing to like refocus. Oof. That's the first time this has happened. No, this is a DD22, not the other ones. I was comparing.
Yeah.
Right. Did you accidentally get something on your lens and it's trying to like refocus on it?
No,
there we
go. When I get the
bait
close, then when I come back, it doesn't like the snap.
You got it.
But all right, and then we got. I think these are Tennessee Killers.
Tennessee Killers, yeah.
So they're like a deep diving coffin bill. Also a cedar bait, I think, aren't they?
Yes,
I think so.
And Stanford lures behind that one.
Yeah,
sounds right.
Yeah,
back in the day, I got quite a few of these in a bunch of different colors.
I like that chartreuse blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever throw those bait, man? Tennessee Killer. Oh, red craw.
I have. They're very unique bait.
Talk to me, because that lip shape is very unique.
It's. Let's see if I got one to compare it to. I had a.
Right.
Okay, so they're very similar to the way these dive. This is that. The big Little John, the 20-footer.
Mm-hmm.
Those won't dive 20 foot, but it's a flat diving bait.
Right.
So it's not going to be like super tight like a eater square bill or something like that. It's going to have a lot of butt kick to it, but it's not like a wobble. It's just a swing. It's pretty good though. It has its time and its place.
Sure.
The problem, a lot of people think, oh, it's flat side, it's going to be super, super tight. It's a tight action, but it's a slow roll. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
Yep.
And that narrow bill does deflect really well.
Mm.
And I got one little version. I got a bunch of them deep divers, and I got this one little one.
That little sparkly gel coat, man.
Yeah.
Blue Shad. That's nice.
Those are pretty old
Sally
school.
Hansen, I bet. Pretty easy if you wanted to.
I could change that up easy. I could add shine to any bait with some Sally Hansen. Tennessee Killer.
Oh, Norman Tennessee Killer is what Tim says here. I don't know. Oh. What's up, Rhodey? Billy Harris in the house. All right. So what else? So I got this oddball Mann's.
Baby, the pig, right? Wasn't that the pig?
I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a Mann's, though?
It is a Mann's.
Wasn't the Razorback Shad, was it?
I don't know. Was this like a 10 plus maybe? Or I'm not what they.
It's probably about an 8 to 10 foot diver. Did it have a one knocker in it? Like shake that thing. Yeah, one knocker. The old butyrate plastic bait, man. There's your low thump, one knock.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesotans collect cranks. We don't actually use them.
You can still get them reasonably priced on eBay.
Yeah.
You might find all these on eBay soon.
I hear you on that, collecting crankbaits and not using them.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree, Tim. The old mans are sleepers for sure.
Rich, do you collect vintage Mountain Dew? I see some vintage Mountain Dew cans back there.
Nice, man. Check that out.
So if you guys are interested, I'm in the process of listing a bunch of these baits. Don't mind that on 360 camera, but if you're looking for, is there anything like you see, you'll end up here, or if you don't want it to end up here, send me a DM in the Instagram.
Right on.
That's what's going on. So let's see here, but that's just HellaBass eBay. I'll put a link.
Damn. You've sold 689 items on eBay.
Oh, I don't want to do that. 600. Yeah, I was really into it for a while, but.
Bro, you got like 50 tabs open.
Tag life.
Looks like my screen. You know.
Yeah.
Remnants of Cyber Monday, man. Boxes
is this
showing
one you're
up.
talking about being a warthog, Dustin? Maybe. I don't know what this is. If people
it wasn't
know.
a warthog. It was a hog. I know it was a hog or a razorback shad. One of them. They had a razorback for sure. Right? Yep.
People are already calling out for barking spiders. Punch wants to know what you do for a day job. I think you do some kind of like HR hiring or something like that, or
IT. Yep, IT consulting. That is the day gig.
We're probably gonna talk about your special super announcements at some point. Give people a little tease on that.
Absolutely, man.
He did get a new logo.
I did. We both did.
BaitMan's
got a logo, man. Goonie Wolf did mine.
Dude, there's some really talented guys on Instagram. I'll just say that.
No question about it, man. No question about it, right?
So I just posted a link if anybody wants to check out and bookmark that seller page. But
so I was right, HellaBass. That is the Mann's Razorback Shad that you just showed.
Razorback Shad. All right.
Yep.
So speaking of the new logo,
there it is, man. What?
This Bass Lab. What's cooking in the Bass Lab?
Well, man, I'll show you a couple things that I cooked up in the Bass Lab, man. So the concept of the Bass Lab is collaborations is going to be the top thing. Right, so we're going to bring some custom balsas painted by Tacklecraft. Ooh. I've got a couple bait builders that I'm doing some balsa baits with. They'll be my designs, and I'm going to test them out. I got some prototypes on the way. They should arrive this week. I mean, crankbait season's kind of like dwindling. So,
but you know, back here before you know it, though.
Yeah, you know that's right, man. So I took a couple of these shaky jig worms out on the Potomac and lit them up, man. It was really good. So it's a shaky head tied with some very sparse material, and I'll do a bunch of different colors, and I'll throw a little saddle hackle on the front, but it just gives them a different look. It's not a jig. It's not a shaky head. It's a shaky jig worm. So, you know, do them in a variety of flavors and colors. I'm not looking to produce these like in mass or bulk. I'm going to do very short run, like small craft kind of unique baits and styles. So looking to collaborate with some plastic makers, maybe a couple jig makers, and a couple balsa bait makers. So that's the plan, man. That's the plan.
I'm pumped.
Me too.
I'm taking notes on my baits so I don't forget.
Who can identify this color? I want you to look at it and how can you?
It's like
it's got some purple in it.
Kind of brown purple color.
Ah, but it looks brown one minute and then it looks purple the next.
Is it a robo worm?
What changes colors? Think of the animal kingdom.
Chameleon.
Yeah, chameleon, man. So
chameleon.
This is not the Zoom chameleon. This is another company's chameleon, which is like a purple chameleon, which I found interesting. The Zoom chameleon, which you can't find in a lot of baits anymore. In fact, a lot of bait makers stop using it.
It's almost red.
Yeah, it's like a reddish pink. You know what I mean? But it's a forgotten color in my mind. And they don't use it because it stains their equipment. So you got to get somebody that's willing to do it in like a, you know, injection, small batch kind of run. So that's the concept behind the Bass Lab, is to collaborate with bait makers, bring some design back, you know, unique designs, maybe like hacking up a couple baits and putting things together that are just crazy and unique. So to give you guys a different look.
Mr. Twister makes a pretty good chameleon, Eric.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at their chameleon, man. What do they make it in? Like what style baits? Everything, the whole line?
They make it in a craw. They make it in a stick worm. I think they make it in a trick worm. It gets really pink and purpley. It's got a flesh. I don't want to say brown. It's almost a flesh. Remember that Zoom color flesh? It's like that flesh base. But it's got
okay.
You know. I gotta give a shout out in your chat to Gary Ong. He sent me a great box of old school baits that I previewed to Eric. Thank you, Gary. Got a video coming for you pretty soon, bud. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
So Chris Jones says, "Do you think maybe you should redo your logo and make it a Sally Hansen bottle?"
Well, those are the colorways that you all know about this one, right? There you go. That's
yeah.
Come on now. But you'll see some things coming out. There's some crazy colorways that I like that I haven't shown, and I
everybody wants to take. They said take my money with those shaky heads in the chat.
That's good to know, man. That's good to know. I'm tying them on different jig heads. Like I just did this one tonight. It's really hard to find a jig head that'll accommodate that material up front. A typical shaky head jig, a ball head jig, essentially, right? You got to find a bait keeper that's farther down the shank because most bait keepers are attached to the shank. So you got to find the right jig head. But I used a Z-Man. It's not a true mushroom head. It's like a button head, if you will. But that bait keeper is down there, and that just sits on it nice. It's a 90-degree line tie, so maybe not ideal for shaky head and more ideal for Ned rigging. But I just wanted to try it on this jig head, and it seated very nice. So I could throw a Ned on this too, right? Doesn't have to be a shaky worm weedless. I could just throw it open hook, But yeah, I'm stoked. These work. I actually got to field test them and had a nice bag. It was a good.
Actually, you have any idea what Dennis is talking about here?
This is What's Eric, that? I picked it. I don't know what BTC means.
Brian the Carpenter.
Oh yeah. So if you want some secret baits, guys, Bellows Gill. Definitely a secret amongst the pros. So go pick up at Omni or Tackle Warehouse. I think Omni is carrying Geek right now, aren't they, HellaBass?
They do have a little bit, yeah.
Sorry, Shadow Bass and Man. The secret is no longer secret. Punch Fishing asked if I have a boat. Yeah, I've got a boat. I've got a Skeeter. And in fact, the boat that I went on the last two posts on Instagram, I took my boat out. So with my buddy Tim McGlenn. So yeah, that was on the back of my Skeeter Z21.
Nice.
2016. Yeah, I'm selling it.
It's got 2016. It's probably got like 47 hours on it.
33. 33.
I'd hold on.
33.
The rumor is Mercury Yamaha can't get any motors in the country right now.
So I could sell it pretty good then.
Yeah, just for the motor. Yeah,
I'm just saying, right?
What is this guy here?
That's a Norman.
It's a deep little end. Oh, deep little end.
Yeah, it is, because it's got the whole body painted. That's beautiful, man. Sneaky little bait. It's got a nice one knocker to it, I bet.
No, not a one knocker.
No, multiple. Okay, gotcha. Some of those old school Normans had that nice one knocker sound to it, man. You know,
little bomber action. I don't know. Was this like a?
That's a bomber.
Isn't it a bomber?
Yeah, 7A. Looks like it.
And it's got that good
chromed up.
But look at that nice white bone plastic underneath there. That's the old.
Oh, yeah, that's what they like.
Butyrate, baby.
That's one of them old walleye colors for trolling.
Yeah.
So I recently read. So what's the deal? Everybody talks about the old school bone plastic, but who cares and why? This is why. So I read an article and they analyze bass and the sounds that they respond to most. So any type of a slamming of a compartment on your boat, rapid high frequency sounds they really dislike. So that's going to alarm them. What do they respond to most on the spectrum? Apparently, like low frequency sounds are one of the ones they can pick up the most with their lateral line. And so that's the old school bomber. I mean, old school, butyrate. That's a Norman. And that, look at that faded color, bro. You just can't find a faded color like that right now. You'd have to sit that in your freaking windshield for a year.
Do you know what model this bomber is?
Looks like that looks like the 8A.
That's what I was going to say. The 8A had a lot longer, slender body.
Yeah, yeah. And then have you ever seen the 11A?
Maybe we'll see that tonight. Who knows?
I hope you got one in there, dude, because that...
I don't know. Maybe.
I can't wait. You got to keep digging.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not promising you anything.
I might have one. I just have to pick up my old school bomber box, and that's got the screw tail in it, right? And so that's, guys, if you're looking for an old school, bomber, see the screw eye in the back versus the small eye that you currently see on production bait. So it's a screw eye. Yeah. Screw tail is what they call it.
Yeah.
Screw tail bomber.
If you don't like this walleye color, I think there's a guy named TK that could help you out if you want.
That's right.
Hey, the cool thing about those old baits is when the paint rusts off, you got the perfect bone pattern.
Or yeah, that's what you just take the sandpaper to it, bring it down the bone, touch it up with a little Sally Hansen orange under the chin, maybe, right? Like
that's Molly killer. Easy to do, man, for sure.
What about your man Bill Dance with this big honker here?
Oh man, fat free shad. Is that suspending or not?
It does not say suspending on it.
Most of them were.
Dude, fat free shad so underappreciated.
Hey, what are you gonna list that for, HellaBass?
I don't know.
You got any of the dolphin color? You got any of the dolphin color?
No, I think that's. I don't know. This is the only one I know of offhand.
Okay.
That reminds me of that old Bagley SH4 color.
Right.
Did that one catches?
I do have this one.
Yeah, you want to hold that for me?
Yeah, that's
I'll take that one and the other one that you just
want to slide into my DMs?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna slide into your DMs and if it right.
I try to bribe Mark Jeffries for this 3-hook spook.
Oh my gosh, man!
Need the new rear hook on it, but
I have one just like that. Zell rolling, right?
Yeah. Fix that one. Put that on eBay. That's about a $40 bait.
Isn't that crazy, man?
Yeah, I've seen a few on eBay go lately because I've been trying to get one for my pro autograph collection. They're expensive.
All right, that's box number 1.
Dang, that was nice, man. Way to come out with it, man.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got to pick up the pace. There's like 9 boxes left.
I like it, man. And Swim School said that all I like is June Bug. Oh, Swim School, man. You have no idea the nail polish collection I've amassed over the years. It's embarrassing, actually. Try to go into the store and buy a bunch of nail polish. You'll get looks.
I don't need to spend a lot of time in. There's one bait that's not, but almost everything in there are DD22.
Nice.
But this one right here in the middle is not.
You got to get it out.
I don't know what this is. I honestly have it. To me, I guess it does. It's a Rebel.
Yep.
Deep. It's hard to read the.
That's it looks like a mag, man.
Yeah, it says deep on a
mag we are or something.
Deep mini R.
Oh, it says it on there. Yeah,
deep mini R.
Bigger to me. There's a lot of fans out there of the deep mini R's right there.
I'm guessing there's not a ton of these out there.
That's a good one though.
Yeah.
Nice little orange belly.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the one thing.
Yeah,
the
a lot
guy,
of faded colors, man.
A good family friend of ours who we called Papa Smurf. He was a tackle hoarder. He didn't hang them up like you guys do, but he was almost every one of these baits. I don't know if you guys could tell. They're almost all equipped with those Xcalibur hooks.
Wow.
They're freaking good hooks, man. They're a little brittle, but they're good hooks.
Yeah, like this whole box have all brand new, like #2 Xcalibur rotating trebles.
Wow.
They've never been touched by a fish or anything.
That's crazy. Man, Baitman, on that first rat video that I shot, my buddy that made me the rat, he put Xcalibur counter rotating hooks on him because he had some left from like whenever he bought them in the 80s.
Look at the color on that one. That one's spicy.
So that's that
sunshine gel coat, Baitman?
Yeah, sunshine gel coat, which means it's a chrome base with the gel coat over the top of it.
Yeah, that thing's,
man, that is blingy. Woo!
Man, Norman doesn't get enough credit for back in the day. They really had a lot of good color schemes.
Yeah, they were really one of the first ones to really like pump out a ton of colors. I remember going on their website, 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they just like DD22s, there was like 100 colors.
They did go off, man. They had some great colors, man, back in the day.
This one was a really popular color up here. People really like, not necessarily in the DD22, but in like some of the other, the shallow end or whatever that one. Like I had a buddy who really liked this color in Minnesota. It's
almost like a gray ghost, but I know they're trying to be a baby bass with the pattern on the side, but it's like a gray ghost kind of look, man. Lavender shad, I loved it, Gary.
There's another one that's
absolutely
back with some nice sparkle all the way through it.
Totally blingy, man.
How about a little? Here's two versions of this one. We got like your traditional dolphin parrot looking, but this one's all blinged out.
Yeah, that's that sunshine gel coat.
Yeah.
That faded dolphin's nice, man.
This one might be like a full box to somebody that really likes DD22s, maybe.
Dude, back in the day, though, people would just, DD22, DD14s, everybody was on that train, especially here.
Pros still using DD22s, do you guys think?
I'm not going to call a guy out, but Justin Atkins, when I was selling tackle, he would call and order them all the time. This is before he was sponsored with Berkeley, just to let you clarify.
Sure.
I would say
he was a big fan of them.
When I fished as a co on the Amistad Elite that Derek Remitz won, there was still a lot of guys throwing DD22s back then, but that's been a tick now.
How about that?
I think Atkins told me it was because he was fishing drops that were like 10 to 12 foot on top, and it was the best bait he'd found with the right action. You know what I mean? It had a good profile. Good. It's actually kind of got a bigger body than a 6XD.
Sure.
So throwing that up there and just grinding and burning, it was the deal.
It doesn't tear you up either, right?
You got some tinted windows in this one. Let's don't be afraid to hit the like button, kiddos. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, it won't hurt anybody. If you're enjoying the company tonight, let's see. Well, we got some diving baits, some lipless, some topwater in this one. Let's start with one that Eric might appreciate a little bit. It's not the one he really likes, but it's the little one.
Oh, baby, minus. No, that's the one I like.
You do like this one? I thought you liked the big old light bulb, but
the light bulb, yeah, of course, man. Who doesn't like that light bulb, man? The OGs are the best, man.
Baby 1 minus embossed right on the tail. Does that mean it's a good one?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Does it say Mann's on the other side?
Sure does.
Bingo. That's the one you want right there.
Might want to keep
You can
this.
see it's got the old school eagle claw hooks too.
Yeah, this one might go in the keep pile for me.
I would. They're harder and harder to find.
Put this one up here for safekeeping, right?
There you go.
Tuck that one right up there. So here's another Norman. Was this the little? It's an N, right? But
it's not the middle N because it's a. I think they call it a Norman, either shallow N or short N.
I think shallow N. But
shallow N. Yeah, that's the one I was holding up earlier. It's the shallow N, right? And that's got a nice little swim to it, man. It's one of the most natural swimming ends they made, man. That catches it. That bait right there, BaitMan and HellaBass, it still catches them.
It's kind of like their version of a Big O.
Yeah.
I mean that. They absolutely that is their Big O.
But
you gotta look at the lip. It's not a really huge square bill, right? You know what I mean?
It's a good bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underappreciated.
So we'll see if you guys know what this one is. This is a little bit of a northern deal.
Ooh.
Oh,
Walleye diver, man.
Wally diver.
Wally diver. Hold on.
Heck yeah, man.
Hold on. I show Eric.
They eat them.
Look here, HellaBass.
The signature.
Bob Izumi.
Let's pop. Wait, just hold it there for a second. We'll make you a star. Hold that up.
Wow, man, you got it in the package, bro.
Thanks to my man Gary. Appreciate you. They made a perch color, too, for you guys up north as well. I got that one as well. I actually found them about 5 on sale years ago for $2.
Whoa!
I just bought them because I just buy things.
Some people say shallow end. Some people say little end. Some people say the knocker's always stuck in them. All right. So we got a little cute little baby pose. Oh, I'm not gonna put myself back on here.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button for HellaBass. Ooh.
Pose
RC3.
RC1.
This is one of the old Rick Cluns, huh?
Yeah. That's a little one. What were he made several different versions of the RC, right?
This one is pretty darn small.
It wasn't there RC. Well, I know there was a 3.
Oh, it actually says RC1. This is an RC1.
That's what I thought. It's a 1. It's the legal one.
Man. You're better than that. Oh, we got a couple of those rebel. These are a little different rebels. This one I don't know that it says the name on them.
Natural series, man. That's the We Are. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that bill. Hold on. It's that bet bill deal. Is that the fast track one?
Yeah.
Check out that bill. What's the story with that bill? Why did they make that bill that way?
And it's got like a weird little lip, like a ridge on it that's painted red.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and it bends down, right? And it got an arrow on it, man.
And the arrow is like embossed or raised on it.
Right. It's telling the bait where to go. What was the point of the arrow, bait, man? Why?
I'm not a rebel connoisseur, but
yeah, fast track. That's what I thought. You can burn it. Gary's like, you can burn it. Fast track. Hello, a burning bait. So raise your hand if you like to burn a crankbait. I mean, of course, right? A lot of people burning crankbaits these days, but you think about it. There's a burner bait for you, man. Stays true.
You can see like the eye of it right through like it's just screwed in, and it actually both of these baits, the eye screw sticks out
all the way
through where it actually like stab yourself with it.
But look how faded that color is, man. That's what I like about those old school baits, man. Just got faded color. You take a little Scotch-Brite to that and really fade it out.
It's way better than scatter wrap because scatter wraps are terrible.
Yeah, true.
That's why they're discontinued.
All right, we got a question here. Can someone explain the difference between bill styles and the pros and cons of them? Round bill, coffin bill, etc.
And I think there's a lot of misconception about bills, right, BaitMan? I mean,
yeah,
you get a lot of bait makers that'll talk about, round bill versus square bill. All right, so I'm a grass fisherman, right? So a square bill is not going to come through the grass as well as a round bill. So if I'm fishing grass and I want a mid-depth, running bait, I'm not going to be throwing a square bill. I want to go to a round bill lip. And that's why that -1 with that round bill lip is such a good grass bait. I mean, it's a super shallow crankbait anyway, but a round bill is going to come through much more.
Yeah, square bill
concept
tends
goes
to
with
push the grass.
Yeah, well, and hang up, right? You know,
Mhm.
it also has to do with the line tie and where that line tie is to be able to push grass off of it. But the square bill is not what I'd prefer cranking in grass, right? I think a lot of people have a misconception about, you know, the square bill's better for deflection and the round bill's not. But the concept goes that, you know, when this hits cover, it's going to deflect better because of the squareness of the bill, right? Versus a round bill that might slide off the cover, you know. I think more important than bill shape is probably bill angle. You agree, Baitman?
Yeah,
Getting the correct bill angle, especially in a custom bait. A lot of bait builders out there don't understand old school bill angles. I mean, some of the bait builders really got it right, and bill angle, you know, determines depth and determines action, right? More severe angle versus a shallower lip angle, you know, longer lip, line tie in the bait versus line tie on the bill. Coffin bill. What do you know about the coffin bill? It is unique.
So usually a coffin bill is going to get you a lot of really tight action, like a Bandit Flat Max. That's a mass-produced bait with a cotton bill. It's very good.
Right.
Tight action. It's really good in cold water because of the tightness. I don't throw them a whole lot, but there's a time and place. As far as deflection, it's a tapper, you know, like a zoom tap. What I like to say,
there you
when
go.
it's coming down the bottom, it's not going to dig and hunt crazy. It's just a tap and a quick deflect. Yeah, something like that.
Looks like a tap style bait. It's a Dean Helton, little custom jobby for you.
If you've ever seen a coffin, some of these crankbaits in the pool, there's baits that are made when they deflect, they just shoot out. And then there's baits that hit something, and they tap dance around the cover. And coffin bills tend to do that quite a bit. Right.
You know, and then I don't know if anybody asked about micarta versus Lexan, but you know, micarta, computer circuit board, or whatever you want to call it, it's a thinner material. It's it has more flex to it. You know, Lexan is clear and way more rigid. So, you know, some people will say you get a lot more feel with a micarta bill, but a lot of people don't like the opacity of micarta because it extends the length of this bait. You know, if a bass is looking at this coming through the water, instead of a 3-inch bait, now I've got a 4-inch bait. You know, here, if it's clear, I mean, that's going to be a little bit less obvious, and now I have a true 3-inch bait. So
you had to pull out the Ozark Shad Flat A, didn't you?
I did. I had to pull it out. That's right.
I hope Rich has got a bunch of those he's ready to put on eBay.
We'll find out. I didn't study these, so this is nice. I can just kick my feet up. Like, I don't even have to work. You guys just do the show.
No, I will say that Flat A, that bill is very unique.
There's nothing like it. All the bomber bills, if you think about it, right? And this bait, I mean, I wouldn't even know how to describe the action of this Flat A.
It's tight. It's a tight roll, but
it's a roll. Yeah, man. It's got a lot of that. Maybe like on the X-axis, you know, but it's also rolling, right? You know, you've got rolling action. It's amazing if you get on some of the bait forums where there's actually bait builders that are building balsa baits that understand bill, shape, size, angle.
We're getting hella off track, but why hasn't anyone built a bait that's a Flat A style?
There are people chasing it. There's people chasing balsa and legendary baits that are plastic, and there are people chasing that style bait. But I think it's all about the bill, right?
Yeah.
And do you get anything extra? Could you actually make that better by it being balsa? I don't know.
I don't know. I'll say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll just keep buying them.
Yep. Yeah, man.
So Don's asking about my wiggle warts. And Bill is right. Most of my wiggle warts are in the garage, and those are in this box. But I did just find, probably not exactly what he's thinking here, but got me an old school magwort.
Ooh, that's my colorway, man, right there. Fire Tiger.
Now,
St. Chris knows about that.
A lot of guys in Minnesota, Minnetonka, they love to just put these on braid and just try to rip them through the milfoil, these magworts. And
nice. Fire Tiger like that color?
Yeah, I'm not sure. what colors they like, but I'm sure this one would do the trick. So
yeah,
probably one I don't need. Somebody would love to have it.
I'm thinking. I don't think you'll have a problem selling that one.
We got a little muted, kind of ghosty looking Norman color here.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what end that one is.
It looks like a deep little
end. I think so.
I think that's the best one they make, actually.
Yep.
That Mountain Dew back there is making me thirsty.
They still this one I think is actually my uncle who was in the Navy brought it back for me. I think somewhere in the Middle East.
Whoa, dude.
And it's a real heavy like steel can. Like
that's crazy. What the heck?
And it's got the
dang. The old top.
Yeah. Not like the old, not the new tin.
Yeah, right.
I think this is a steel can, actually, not even an aluminum can.
Crazy. Somebody say that's Arabic.
So they still make ends. I mean, Norman still makes them. So do you guys think there's much difference between the old ones versus what they make now today? Or is it all the same?
I think the plastic's different on some of them. I don't know what, you know what, they just brought back, well, they made a new bait called the Speed End, and they advertised it with, you know, butyrate plastic, but I'm not sure a lot of people today, unless you're old school bait junkie, that understands what we're talking about when it's butyrate, the density of the plastic, the sound knock that it gives off, you know, do people believe it matters? You know, Baitman and I've had this conversation with some of the original iconic baits that started out with butyrate, that milky plastic, and then went to the cheaper clear plastic. And did they ruin the bait by doing that? Did they shift factories? Did they just save a penny a bait? You know, when you're making millions of baits, pennies matter, right? For profit.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I hate to say it, man. Lucky Craft OGs and Lucky Craft today. The Lucky Craft OGs, the density of the plastic was different. They had a tungsten ball instead of a lead ball. You know, you went from and I'm not saying the old bait was worth $19, but with the precision of manufacturing, the factories and their quality control, it was second to none.
Right.
And their paint schemes and the way they're laying it down now, the weight of the bait feels different with the American USA version of Lucky Craft versus the old Lucky Craft. In my mind.
I mean, I get it. That, you know, everybody's buying Strike King and Norman and whatever 6 cents at $6.99 to $8.99, and they're up there in that not $17 to $20 mark. But to be honest with you, when I bought a Lucky Craft, I knew what I was getting. I wasn't paying for an American style bait. I was paying for a premium Japanese product.
JDM product, man. 100%. 100%. Somebody asked a question about one of the old school Norman baits that Rick Clunn took to Japan. It was the old crappy crank, and he would put a big hook off the back. And Norries came out with it. I just want to show it, HellaBass. Do you have any of those old crappy cranks in that box? In one of them boxes?
I have no idea. I didn't pregame. I kind of glanced at them. So
okay, no problem. I mean, I might be able to pull one out, but somebody was asking about it, so they asked about the crappy crank. This is the JDM version of the Norman old school crappy crank, and you know, a super cold water and or post spawn. This is a small bait with big hooks, and it's called the worming crank shot. Norries worming crank shot. They still sell them. You can find them on eBay. But let me see if I got an old school Norman box right here with some crappy cranks. I do, and I'll show you the two baits side by side. And I think I even have some upsize hooks on one of them. But yeah, when you're throwing it, it can literally frickin' make your day. You know, that's the original below, and this is the Norries JDM product. So they were so in love with it, Norio Tanabe, that he decided to design his own in you know, deference to the crappy crank down here. So
I wouldn't rule it out.
You go, man.
You might find one.
Hey, speaking of that crappie crank, 2004 Elite 50 Tennessee River.
Yep.
Skeet Reese smashed their lights out on that thing. They're throwing right in front of Paducah Broadway. He made a big comeback on that bait.
That's a great story, man. I mean, that adds, there's a whole category of finesse cranking, right? So you got finesse fishing, and that applies to just about every category of bait. Little tiny poppers, smaller profile spinner baits, micro chatter baits, like this little smallmouth, chatter bait, this little shaky chatter by Garagecraft, just, finesse jigs, but it also applies to crankbaits. And I've seen it make a difference. I mean, great story, bait, man.
I seen where a guy named Chris commented red eye shad is his jam. Do I tell the old one? Do I tell him what we found out?
Dude, I'd like to take an old school one out and freaking.
I'm talking to Eric on the cell phone the other day. We're talking about the old school red eye shads. So Mark Menendez told me, shout out to Mark, that Strike King had to rename that bait. The original red eye shads on the package, it says red eye shad. There's also a blue Strike King logo. That logo was discontinued around 2012, something like that. But the original package says red eye shad. Everything new, and after they changed the logo, it says red eyed with the D on it, shad. And you can go on Google and Google red eye shad, and you'll see packages, and you'll see the old ones. They say red eye shad, blue logo. And then the new ones, red logo, red eyed shad. So if you ever see them on the shelf,
get them.
There's your tip.
Nice. Power tip.
That's how boring I get with my life sometimes.
So if anybody came late, missed this, the replay will be available on YouTube, but I also put a podcast version of this out. So if you don't want to spend 2 hours watching YouTube, I don't know why you wouldn't, or Facebook video replay, you can. There'll be a link in the description, or you search HellaBass in your podcast app and you can find it. Do I believe in red hooks? I do. Me personally, I think red hooks can make a big difference on top waters down to about 5 or 6 feet. After that, I don't think they make any difference.
The Berkeley scientists say that red is the most visible color in the spectrum, shallow.
Yep.
So that supports what you just said, HellaBass. Supports what you said. And by the way, for anybody that likes a red Gamakatsu hook, underneath the red is gold. So as they chew the paint, this is not a Gamakatsu, by the way, but as they chew the paint off a red Gamakatsu, which is on this old Pogo shad, that hook becomes gold and just adds another dimension because you got a little bit of red, you got another gold. So you got two colors flashing at them. I love it, man. It seems to get bit more as it chews down the gold, because who throws gold hooks? Nobody. Who throws silver hooks? There was one pro, I can't remember his name, BaitMan. Tell me who it was, man. He's like, on a shad colored bait, the guy would be a fiend about throwing silver hooks if he could find good premium ones. And, that's what I'm talking about. But
if I had to guess, it would be Takahiro. He is
oh, yeah, you're right. He liked the red hook, didn't he?
Yeah, he liked the red hook.
He kind of brought that to the forefront, right? With the red hook. Did he win the classic, and did he have a red hook on that Bagley? Does anybody remember that scene?
But I know I filmed him at Lake Fork, and I've never seen anyone change treble hooks that fast and that many times in my life. Seriously. He'd make about 20 casts, and I got you hooked. Golly, man.
Yeah, actually,
Brett Ayler was crazy like that about retying. I was going nutty watching him on Hartwell. He just kept retying and retying. So there are guys that are just fanatical about that.
I fished with Tak Day 2 Elite Series on Amistad as a co-angler.
Are you serious?
And, yeah. And it was kind of funny because the day I had the first day was a guy that didn't last long in the Elites, and we caught a few fish. And then the first day, Tak had like 27 pounds. So I was like, I'm jacked.
Oh, my God. What the hell?
He caught 6 pounds with me. He had like 5 for 6 pounds. Like, it was just like,
damn.
But so 2 stories. One is he lipped a 6.5 pounder for me out of the bag. So I was like, Tak, can I get a hand with this? And he was like,
oh my God.
He gradually went down and like grabbed it for me.
What did you catch that 6.5 pounder on?
I was a Mojo rig, wacky.
Yeah.
Wow. A wacky rigged Mojo.
Dude, you were Mojo rigging?
Yeah, with a wacky.
Nice.
Wacky hook on a Mojo, and it was that old Reaction Innovations worm that had maybe the ball buster that had those balls on
there.
Oh
yeah, that is.
I can't believe you were throwing that, man. That's awesome, dude.
because he was
You
like
were mojo rigging. I mojo rigged in a tournament on a Western Maryland lake, and I should have won that damn tournament, man. Nobody mojo rigs, man. That is so split shotting, mojo rigging, just a different weight, right? I mean, cylindrical. Right. I mean, when you mojo rig, do you use the cylindrical weight or do you use another weight? Hella.
I used to. Now I just I'll just peg a tungsten sinker regular. Yeah. That's all I use.
Right. Doesn't have to be the cylindrical weight for the mojo. What?
Yes, comment of the night.
What is it? Ooh. What do you got?
Staying away from that one.
St. Crest says, was the guy that didn't last long Travis Manson?
Oh, no.
Funny story. Travis fished as a co-angler in that tournament, and I met him because he connected through Minneapolis, and we were on the same flight to San Antonio for that tournament.
That's
so
crazy.
I met Travis waiting. He was wearing like a Mercury visor, and I was probably wearing something bass, and we're like, obviously we were both going to the tournament. We kind of chatted.
Wow.
No, the guy's name was Glenn DeLong.
Okay.
But best comment of the night. We should have a prize, St. Crest.
That's crazy, man. What else you got in those boxes, man? Let's get back to the boxes.
All I got to say is I'll take up for Travis. At least he got there.
Yeah. The other story
Hell yeah.
was he broke off on a fish on a crankbait, and I never seen a guy re-spool an entire spool so fast in my entire life. Like just
in
the boat, like 3 minutes, stripped it all off, re-spooled it, and was casting again. I was like,
whoa. Wow. So you caught one fish that was heavier than his entire limit.
Yeah, I had several fish too.
I'm pretty sure that Mojo Weight Company went out of business not long ago. They got really hard to get for retailers, and I'd heard it.
But if you're interested in the Mojo, you got the now VMC Tungsten Slider, which is Mojo. I mean, so you can rig it up. And this is
I fish a lot of grass. The bullet weight is the way I go. But
yeah, fair. That's cool.
I smell a new Bass Lab creation coming, Eric.
All right, so we got a couple smaller pose.
Yeah. Is that the 300, Baxter?
Probably.
400.
Okay, thank you.
Really light, like tinny rattle.
Very interesting.
So, and I got some random double wing buzzbait in here.
Strike King?
I don't know. I think it's some generic, probably Ma Pa, Minnesota.
I gotcha. Who throws double wings anymore? Anybody? They get bit.
Yeah, they were hot in Minnesota for a long time, but
they're probably hot again because everybody stopped throwing them.
Ooh,
look at that, man. Skitter pop, man. Rapala. That's a big one. Was it at they made a 5, a 7? I can't remember the numbers, honestly.
Yeah.
It's that brown frog color.
Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about like Shad wraps and these things is their numberings. Like brilliant with the DT series. Makes total sense. But Shad wraps and everything else, like the 05, 06.
The 5, the 6. They make a 5, 6, 7. I don't think they make an 8, do they? I know they make a 9.
They got a pile of these
spooks.
Old 2-hook spooks with the old
man.
hook hangers.
Whoa. That's old school stuff. Charlie Campbell, man. Charlie Campbell, the Zara spook master.
All silent, no rattles.
Huh. What's going on with that?
It's the original spook. Didn't have any rattles.
Original Heddon Zero spook. They all say that on the bottom.
So the deal with the original Zara spook, if anybody cares to hear a story about the spook and why Charlie Campbell was really upset with Heddon, there was a complaint because the walls of the original spook were thinner and it didn't stand up to like bigger game fish, bigger bass. And so Heddon thickened the walls. You could tell an old spook. I think the old spooks had that. I can't remember the order, but I know it's like body part, and then the head was glued on, and then they seamed it down the middle after that, and it got thicker. And so Charlie maintained that the older, thinner walled spook was way more responsive in the water. You know what I mean? Had a lot different action. So
they tried to bring it back. The original ones, a lot of people refer to as a sway back because it had just a little bit of dip in the back. And they tried to bring it back, and people are like, "Well, why would you do this?"
The other thing about
it had more to do, I think, with the internal construction. I got a sway.
It has a nice bone finish under there. You can see it peeking through on this one.
Oh yeah, man, that's the good stuff. I'd like to throw one. I'd like to.
If anybody wants old school spooks, they will be available.
I like it.
Ooh, this one's a little more random here. Some new stuff, some old stuff. Oh boy. I'll either go back in my box for sure. We'll just start out with something that's definitely going on the shelf. And the reason I'll be getting rid of those spooks because I have so many of these things.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, snap.
What?
Vixen time.
Originals?
Yeah, lime ice, and then this kind of ghost trout.
Oh,
I think this one is really hard to find. I had somebody ask me about this.
I got that one. I'm claiming it right now.
Yeah,
you gotta pay him though. Hey, BaitMan, you know what you can sell that for?
I know. I'm gonna have to sell some of this stuff behind me.
Yeah.
So get rich
HellaBass. I mean, you got to look at the prices on eBay. What's an original Vixen go for, man?
These go right up there.
That's probably really the smart move, to be honest.
I'm a big Vixen guy. I love those old Vixens.
That ghost rainbow trout one's like $150 bait. So
that's what I'm thinking.
Although
I've never even seen the rainbow trout.
Now, if you pull a table rock out of there, I might just drive to Wisconsin tonight.
No, I'll give you one more good look at that ghost rainbow, though.
Dude, that's dirty.
It is.
What?
So actually,
so here's the question: what did they change? They've re-released it, right? What is different about the OG that people will pay $150 for versus the newer baits?
You know, I don't know.
So
just this week.
First it was what? Reaction Innovation. And then it was, what was the Bubtosh? Bubtosh. Paycheck, right?
Yep.
And then Teckle.
All right. So Paycheck, Repo Man, and the late payment are the exact same bait, tooth and nail, as the OG Vixen, the first run Vixen and barely legal Vixen. So those are basically exactly the same. The second run Vixens, they changed the hardware. There's black nickel split rings on there. The line tie is moved down just a little bit. Internally, the bait's the same. It's still tungsten knocker, all that. Josh Heron told me, it was on a stream I did years ago on Facebook. He just come out and said, listen, everyone preaches that. I've done all the measurements. We put a micrometer on there. The thickness of the plastic's the same. It's the same plastic material, but we did move the line tie just a little bit and change components with the hooks. That's it. And they didn't put as many colors out.
Huh.
But
Swim School says he drilled holes in silence to them. Now they're worthless.
Ow.
Ouch.
Nice.
So,
but to a fisherman, though, Eric, that makes a huge difference. If you're really, really confident in something, they come out with another run, you notice the line tie is different, then all of a sudden your mind's like, oh.
Yeah, that can change a bait, man, for sure.
So speaking of that, I had Josh Douglas. He texted me randomly the other night. And he's like, do you think the new Vixens are any different or better or worse than the old ones? And I said, I don't know. I've got so many of the old ones. I've never tried the new ones. And he said, same here.
That's funny, man.
I think we officially have broken the records for most live viewers tonight, gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
So that's pretty sweet.
We got up here 91. It's according to my screen. Let's get that. Let's get that triple digits.
Definitely. Share it, man. Get your buddies on.
Now me and Eric's got quad digits before, but those for a brief time.
Oh, this is
we did.
Tin Horse Monty. We got to keep going. I got some stuff in here that you guys are going to want to see. All right.
Josh Douglas is a super nice guy, by the way, Rich.
I like him, man.
What's that?
Josh Douglas is a super nice guy, man.
He's all right. No, we go, boy. I'm just giving him a hard time because we're buddies. Here's like an owner
called Tiva.
Yeah. I don't know why I put this hook on here. That's
for the short striker.
You were drunk when you did that.
Yeah,
hey, there's some people that love that bait, man. It's a tricky bait to walk, by the way, but it catches them.
Shad wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Got a Roomba.
A Roomba. Rattling or silent?
rattle.
Okay.
I got quite a few of these in here, these old Sabiles, but I think
Flat Shad.
They all froze.
You got the oil.
Split in my garage, or like they all leaked because they froze in my garage. So they're all.
Oh man!
But one time on Clark's Hill in a Bassmaster Weekend Series National Championship, I wrecked them one day and moved up and cashed a check throwing these things.
Are you kidding me? Because didn't Crete was throwing that Sabile Flat Shad in Beeswax Creek when Van Dam was in the back. He was throwing a Flat Shad.
Dude,
I was standing on the shore. I saw him throwing it.
Okay.
Those guys.
Right. HellaBass, I got a confession, man. I don't know if he was because I couldn't see that far. But literally, I was on a dock. He was right out in the creek. It looked like a Flat Shad, but it could have been another lip. He was throwing Lipless.
I know there for a couple years when the tour guys went to Florida, they swore by that Sabile Flat Shad.
What was the deal? That just like the fish hadn't seen.
There was liquid in it, right? Like it had.
The shifting scales like oil.
Yeah. But every one of them now
flake in it.
Oh, this one still has it. Look at that. You can see the liquid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one actually is still intact. You can see the liquid in there.
And it moves around.
And the scales, and so like it was really muted, like almost no sound.
It did rattle a little bit, but it sounded different.
Yeah. So I got a whole bunch of them.
Crazy.
But only one of them has the liquid still on it, so I don't know. All right.
Well, if it's got a leak, if you throw it in water, shouldn't it fill back up?
I don't know. There's a perch one.
Yep.
Oh, that's your color, Rich.
All right. Oh.
Lucky Craft LV 500.
I promise you.
No, that's an LVR D10.
These are not the USA versions. These are the old ones.
It's the LVR. It's the flat one that makes that big shimmy when it falls. God, you love them sure set hooks, man.
There was a.
that.
Shake that one.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound of that. Is that the 500?
It's LV 500. That's a good one too. See how faded out that chartreuse is?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking
That is
about.
a fish catching machine right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Kentucky Lake killer.
That's got to come to you, Baxter. You got a bid on that.
You got twins.
Ooh. Did you see that though? The other one was shiny, and one was matte.
I think it has some of the liquid from the Sabile.
Oh, never mind. It was shiny. Wrong way.
My Vixens were oily too, and now I know why. Because they're there's another one of them, big, the flat.
Yeah.
The LBR D10. They still make that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the USA series.
Yep.
How about that? And was that MS Shad?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
American Shad, baby.
Yep.
There's a time and place for that bait, and it works really good. I haven't quite figured it out, but I got a buddy who really swears by it.
Oh, that's cute.
The MS American Shad.
Little jointed Shad.
Jointed Shad wrap.
Underrated bait is the jointed Shad.
It is. It catches them.
The only place I really caught him on this is Pool 4 on the Mississippi River. Lake
How about
Pepper.
that?
Pointer 78.
Pointer 78, man. An IU.
Bless you. I actually like this one. I'm keeping this one.
Oh, Buzzjet, man.
Buzzjet.
Oh, yeah.
The only time I really found it to be successful for me up north is fry garters.
It does piss them off.
I got quite a few. And I don't. What do you guys? I don't know what section.
That's a pop R.
I know they're pop R's.
Is it the P70? The vaunted
P70?
No, it doesn't look like it. I can see it now.
But I'm trying to figure out like how
65
or new.
Those are old school.
Yeah,
they've got Xcalibur feathered hooks on them, and I don't know if that's something my buddy put on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what vintage or rarity of these pop R's these are.
Let me see that one in your left hand.
I can't remember.
Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes compared to the different models.
So
See the eye and the one in your left hand. The one in your left hand has a little bit smaller eye.
Yeah.
Looks like.
That's an older one.
Yeah, it's the older one in your left hand, I believe, in baby bass. And look at the baby bass pattern on the
so even the baby bass
left hand
a little bit, right? Like this one is a little bit.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yep. I know the eyes were different in the older school models for sure.
Yeah,
it's like a bandit, Baxter. You probably know this. You know,
yeah.
The old bandits, the yellow, and then the eye, the black of the eye was way smaller than on the newer bandits. So
there's even a different
eyes.
Like, this is much more muted.
Yeah, that's probably older school then.
So a little muted, a little more tinny.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's a P65 he had. Was that a P65? Maybe
it's what it looked like.
Yeah.
I'd have to have like a P60 next to it to really know, because that P70, you kind of know, you're like, damn, that's a big pawpaw.
This box needs to be cleaned out. This is a mess. This Beals made a mess of things. All right, we're not even halfway. This one has got. This one I actually keep in my boat. Oh, somebody did ask about some.
That's the P70.
Yeah.
Oh, look at warts.
Like a little smallmouth color wart, baby bass.
Yeah, that's just regular baby bass. Baxter's favorite crankbait, most underrated in his book.
Oh, I don't want to get started on the wart tonight, guys. It has its time and place.
Here's the three different sizes, right? That's the regular popar. I think that's the 65, and that's the 70 on the bottom.
Is that a fat A?
For reference.
Fat
A, little mini. Something.
Mini fat A. It's a 4. I think it's the 4. The 5 was my size. The Bill Dance one in particular.
Specifically, when I fished the Peoria River or Illinois River in Peoria to try to catch a fish, because 12 inches were gold on that one.
Yo, we just hit 100 viewers, Rich. Golf clap.
And I realized I didn't enable the monetization, so Super Chat may or may not be available for people tonight.
You know what? If you need $10 to make you hot.
No, I'm just saying, like, so if people are like, "Oh, I wanted to get my question read," my bad. I'm not begging for. I'm
trying to moderate too. You know, I don't have the tools, but I'm trying to help a little bit.
So there's another. So this one is okay. So this is not the OG. This one does not say Mann's on one side.
No, color though. Yeah, they took the molds and sent them to China, and they made the bait wider, and the lip was different, and it just refused to swim like the older model. There's some transition.
Yep, is the old one.
Yep.
And there's the new one.
Yep. See how that lip's just a little bit, and the bait's bigger. Yep, you can see it.
The lip's wider too on that new one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it just lost it.
Not much.
It just shows you, like, when they change factories or they remake a mold, it's kind of like the wart story, right? But the new warts catch it, man. They do. They're a good bait.
More old.
Oh yeah, man. OG right there, brother.
This one has been through some stuff. I think this is
6A, man. Bomber 6A.
Yeah. That one's sat on some soft plastic before.
Yeah, definitely touched. But some of it's hook rash, some of it's touching soft plastics. But I've definitely caught some fish on this one back in the day.
Yeah, man. That's that same crazy shape bill. There's nothing like it out there. It's like a spade, somebody said. It's exactly a great way to describe it.
Here's a fat version, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's the 5F, right?
Dude, those are awesome dirty water baits.
They are. That's got super high flotation. For anybody that's never thrown a fat A from Bomber, it floats and backs up like a cork. It comes up quick. So it's a great cover cranking bait because of the way it backs out of cover quickly and that secondary action. That thing will almost spin around sometimes too.
So this is what, like a series 3?
Looks like it.
Nothing special there. You got a little bit older Norman.
Middle end.
Yep. Got some husky jerks. Trying to mate with a Mann's and a Bandit at the same time.
Husky jerk, man. There was big fans of Husky jerks.
Yeah, I was too before they came out with things instead of Megabass.
True.
Be right back, guys.
Right on, man.
Dustin says he'd like to talk to me about those fire tigers.
So Menendez' favorite was a Series 3? We'll have to talk to Baitman about that so he can verify.
Might be.
How about that?
Bandit square bill?
Yeah, little Bandit 100.
Anything on Bandits, new versus old? Did they do anything?
Same kind of thing. Maybe the plastic's a little bit different, but the Bandit is still a very, very good crankbait. So it doesn't matter if you got new or old. They freaking catch them.
In package.
That's newer, if you will, because they look at the size of
the old, but it's not super new. It's kind of.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm trying to find my Bandit.
It is made in China.
I'll show you the old school. You can look at the eye and you can tell when you're getting old versus a new, because you got the new. I'll show you old.
Teach us, Eric. Teach us. You're here to teach us.
So you got to look at the eye. They're coming out in a daisy chain, so I'll just show you. Yeah, I just pick up one. But you can see how small the black in the pupil is compared to the new, right? Yeah, exactly. So you know you're getting an older school Bandit. The other way to tell is they used to put these Mustad triple grips on them. So if you see a triple grip hook, I'll try to get the camera to focus on that. Triple grip hook, you know you generally are getting an older one, because they don't generally use the triple grips anymore. But Bandit's a great bait. Nice.
Maybe that's problem.
You got a wart in there, man. You got some good stuff on that thing.
All right. Baitman's back. Well,
sorry about that.
That's all right.
Put one of the kids down to bed.
Was the series? Oh my God! Is that an old one?
What's that?
Is that an old wart?
It is a short wart. Beautiful, man.
Painted on the.
Yeah, that's nice, man. That's
I
nice.
might have those. We gotta keep digging. Not sure, Mr. Craw.
Hey, Baitman, somebody said the Series 3 was one of Menendez's favorite crankbaits. True or not?
That's a fact, Jack.
Wow.
I would say his little secret here, Menendez's favorite baits and Strike King crankbaits. Series 3, Series 4, Red Eye Shad, and he likes the 2.5. That's probably his 4 favorite. He really loved the Strike King old school Balsa.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I seen his flat side box today.
What?
Dude, he had more little PDs than I've ever seen in my life.
Like, I got an original little PD. I had one out. Hold on.
He had
I got the remake.
He had like 20 of them.
Come on, man.
I touched him and he said, "Be easy." And I said,
dude, check this out, man. They brought it back and I stocked up on the original little PD in the package. What, Baitman?
Yeah, he had like 3 or 4 of that color, but his were like, he had like 20 of them. He goes, "What would you give for that box?" I said, "Well, you can give that to me for payment for doing this TV show." And he laughed and said, "I'll just give you cash."
Handcrafted and tested, man. The original little PD. Made in the good old USA. Ain't nothing like a flat side in the spring or fall, bro. You know that's.
You know what he also had? He had a lot of wee baits in there.
Yep.
And I probably shouldn't, we know how it is. We know he's sponsored by Strict King, but all the pros have their own box of extras.
Oh, of course, man.
I thought of you as soon as I seen them wee baits. It's like, man, Eric would just. Ooh.
So here's a bait that we got.
Wait a minute.
Show that thing, Rich. Let's get through.
Yeah, I want to see that thing. There it is. That's an old school. That's a great color.
Triple grips on it.
That's a 300. 300, right? Looks like it.
Brown orange craw.
Damn, great one of my favorite colorways.
Could be a smallie catcher there.
Dang. So Mark had some wee baits, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Did he have any D baits?
No, he had wee baits. He did have 2 Gary D's in there.
Okay.
He told me to come over to his house soon and I can just go through everything.
So in a couple weeks, we're going to do this. The Baitman's going to stream from Menendez Bait Room.
Dude,
No,
hey,
come on,
listen,
man. I
hey.
want to see that.
Listen, he told me, he said, we need to come over, figure my internet out. We can do a stream from my bait room. I'm like,
Come on, man.
This would be like a 10-hour deal because I know you got stuff stacked up everywhere. But if not, he's going to come over here and we're going to do a little stream. He wants to talk about hooks. And I think this is something me and Eric talk about quite a bit. You know, changing the action of your crankbait by just changing the hook, or a better hook in winter than summer. He's told me that he'll change trebles for the summer versus what he throws in the winter. And I guess that's because he's fishing for $100,000 and I'm over here trying to get Instagram famous.
Yeah.
I'm excited if we can get Matt Pangrac on.
That'd be awesome.
To go through Panger's tackle or just to talk to him?
Talk to him.
We're going to harass him.
We just talked to him last week on this stream.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm sorry I missed that, man. I'm a fan, man.
You know what? The replay's still there, bud.
Yeah, by the way,
thank you for letting me know.
Shout out to HellaBass for getting Pangrac on. He's a good dude. And I sent him here's how it happened. I sent him a DM. I said, Pangrac, I appreciate the nice thoughts about me and Eric in my stream. And he said, dude, big fan. So I'm a big fan. I watch them all. And I said, I'd love to have you on. Yeah, I'll watch it. And, you know, I feel like if someone's of Pangrac's statue wants to say something like that, it's very nice and not. And he said, so I said, anytime you want to come on, let me know. And he goes, dude, I'm game. You just tell me the time. I said, well, let's go. But I think his girlfriend does rodeo, so you know how he is. He's in love. I get it. Well, I'm gonna show him a rodeo when he gets on my stream. Me and Erica have him going both ways real quick.
He's awesome, man.
All right, we got some stuff untangled.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, that's a killer bait.
That's a bomber, right?
I love that colorway, man. Dolphin, yep.
Was that like
sure is.
3, 4?
What is that? It's not the 3. It's probably the 4.
7.
That's a 6 that you're holding the fire type.
I think that's a 6. 3.
So that's probably a 4.
No, the 3A is even small. That's probably a 4A.
Yeah, that's a 4.
But I'm going to tell, I know not to Googan anybody, but if you want to go fish ponds and catch bass, 4A bomber is one of the best pond baits I've ever found.
And that's crankbaits, man. They get bit. Why do you think Menendez is throwing that Series 3? He gets bit.
Go untangle another pile of wiggle warts for the pile.
Wow, dude. Are you selling all those wiggle warts, man?
I got a bunch more in the garage. I don't know.
Send them to TK and let TK work his magic on them things.
Oh, yeah, man.
You know what? If TK painted for me, I'd probably at least try to use it.
Got a little Bleeding Baits Series 1.
Yep.
Oh, very underrated bait.
I actually just sold 2 of these in the package on eBay this week.
Nice.
A lot of people don't realize
like $4 total.
They think like KVD 1.5, 2.5 is a Strike King square bill, but they had a series, the 1S. 1S is a wake bait, and then Series 4S shallow before they ever had the 1.5 or 2.5.
So there's a newer Bandit with 2 older Bandits.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Bone red eyes.
There's the 2.
Pineapple.
All eyes.
Is that Pineapple Smash or Khaki? Which one was that? Khaki?
That's pineapple right there.
That's pineapple.
It's good.
Yeah, I like that.
It's sharp blue splatter.
I like the splatterbacks, man.
I mean, there's much more Bandits.
Purple. That's it. The Jade Juice.
That right there? That one?
It's the Jade Juice.
Look at that sparkle.
It's got blue fleck in it. It's almost like a plum back.
You can't see that, but Kevin under the desk is a little aroused right now.
You got to send that to BaitMan. Put that thing aside, man. Don't sell that one. You need the purple back, Kevin.
Oh,
they actually
and look what's hidden in the middle here. No, that's
the Baby X.
That's a newer one.
That's the Baby X.
Yeah.
Square bill Man's. Baby X. A lot of guys will cut the lips off and put a Mike Carter bill in that. Because it's a very loud rattling bait.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm gonna moderate and chat. Sean Seaboss says thoughts on the bone color wigglewort. I don't know much about a bone color wigglewort, but that
I've got one.
That bone colored bandit is a sleeper. It catches this time of year. It's in the winter.
There it is.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
It's kind of flat. It's more almost like recycled paper white, not really bone. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, like
true
school paper white. There's another 6.
Mm-hmm. That old chartreuse shore minnow.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hop over to some lure Jensen.
Oh man, Hot Lips Express. Man, that's got some hook rash, bro. Somebody's been working that thing.
Yeah, I also got a up here. I got a timber tiger.
Oh yeah,
timber tiger.
Boom! Look at those fins on the side, man. Cray.
Yeah, so it's got, for the people that know the timber tiger, it's got like these hook deflectors to keep it out of the brush. The thought,
dude, it is a good brush bait.
It does come
through pretty good. Brush baby. Oh yeah, man. DC8. That was a good one too.
All right, so we got
eggshell. Somebody said it was an eggshell color. Rebel. Isn't that a rebel?
Another rebel. Deep.
Yep.
Crank R.
Huh.
And then
there's an old band. You know how I know it's old? See how the paint, when they taped it up to the bill.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like crooked.
Yeah. It's a bunch of overspray. Those are good ones too.
I got all kinds of old. If you need some old bandits, I'm your guy.
Rich is your guy, man. Ooh, that's a good color, 6A.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we mostly went through this. There's a couple other bandits here and there.
Ooh, that's a good one. Spring Craw.
Love that color, man. That's one of my favorite colors of all time.
This is
Spring Craw
that sits in my boat, thinking I'm going to throw them on the river, and then I never do.
Gary on, you're right, man. DC8 is underrated. Gary on.
BaitMan Jr.'s getting into something again.
What's he got?
Oh, we got some jerkbaits in here.
What?
Time for a little jerking, huh?
Cool. So we got a pile of old Lucky Crafts.
Wow.
Pointer.
Ghost minnows.
Deep divers.
Pointer 100 DDs.
Yep.
With the red bleeding treble hook.
Man, check out that ghost minnow color. I like that.
Dude, the old Lucky Craft ghost minnow is the best ghost minnow they ever put out.
I don't think anybody makes a better ghost minnow than Lucky Craft.
See right through it almost.
Do you, Baitman? Have you seen anybody make a ghost minnow color better than Lucky Craft?
Jackals is really good, but
fair. That's fair.
These ones are actually,
dude, the old Lucky Crafts had it going.
Red hooks on both. Yeah, I got 3 of those. And I got a couple in the perch.
Oh, wow, nice.
I would actually throw that because I do like a gold jerkbait.
And I got a monster X-Wrap in here. I don't know why I have this giant X-Wrap.
Got a monster sure set hook on that thing, too.
Hey, I wasn't always as knowledgeable as I was these days.
I know.
Look how much it dwarfs that.
I know why they suck,
man.
I know why they suck because I did the same thing and got tired of losing fish. It's a great concept in theory.
X-Wrap 12 Swim School says it cast a mile. More husky jerks.
Yeah, some husky jerks.
Did I say
husky jerk?
I have. Yeah, I threw them a lot, man, back in the day. But my favorite was there it is, man. The Rogues, man. The Rogue.
Whose name?
The old black silverback.
Is that a KVD?
We'll go through these one by one here.
I didn't see any KVDs in there. Let's see if there's a KVD signature series coming out, or Gary Roach or Mark Menendez.
Let's see. So we got a big one in this like crawdad looking color.
That's an old Rogue right there. They didn't make that color very long.
Who's the guy that used to love to throw the big Rogue? That one. What was his name? He wouldn't say nothing about it.
Well, Jason Christie did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank Cherry.
Yeah.
Didn't he lose on Cherokee?
There's another big one, same vintage as that other one. It's kind of a suspending Rogue Smithwick on the bill. I think this one says the same thing.
That's the same size as that Crawdad one.
Gary Dobbins was a big Smithwick guy back in the day too.
That Chrome Blue is a little bit bigger than that one, right?
Larry Nixon was a big Rogue guy. Punch fishing, I throw a KVD jerkbait.
The Bomber?
A little smaller.
Yeah.
It's kind of that olive back.
Yeah,
that's
Shiner maybe.
Is that the floating model that non-suspending? Got the shallower lip? I can't tell. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they had a float model. Not they all float, obviously, but what I'm saying, suspending versus float. That's the Jim Bitter one, yeah. But that's the floating. That's the shallow model.
Yeah,
not the deeper diver suspending.
And that's a pro autograph one. Comes in the packages.
Yep.
It's a hard one to find, Rich.
It is.
Put this in the autograph pile.
I would. All signature series go in special piles, man. If they signed it, generally was a good bait.
Another bait company has done that. I mean, Xcalibur kind of did it with but no other company has done the pro signatures. They lucky crafted the packages, but
Yeah, no, we're talking about the bait. So, BaitMan, can you think of an autographed pro signature series bait that wasn't good?
More tinted windows.
I would say the Bob Izumi, but that's only because that's not in my region. I have a feeling it's a really good bait.
Yep. Scum Frog?
No, it's a snag proof. Needs some repair.
Oh, yeah.
Got some bells in it, though, for mats.
Speaking of that, I didn't realize that Denny Brower had the tiny torpedo. I always thought it was Zell Rowland, but come to find out it's the Denny Brower signature tiny torpedo.
Yep. It had that like little insert, that little sparkle flash insert to it. I think I got one hanging up right there. Anyway.
We did skip over a bait that I remember seeing. There was a lipless.
That was a big torpedo, man. It wasn't really small, man. He made a mid-size. Let me see if I can find one.
Yeah. So another old spook.
Oh, that one's got a sway back on it. You can see a little bit of dip in it, or maybe it's the camera.
You see how that bait's made? Look at the front section. Does it have a line like on the belly? Yep. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yep.
That old silver flitter color. That's the first color spook I ever threw. My dad gave one to me.
For real?
And I thought I was hot stuff with that thing.
Is that bringing some memories back, man?
There's your RC3. Show the RC1.
There it is. Crawdad.
That's a Tennessee River killer right there.
Good color, man.
And then what's that?
Denny Brower baby torpedo.
200?
Yeah. Looks like it. No, 300.
I think it's 300.
I'm not a pose guy. I can't.
Well, this one must be a 4 then?
300, 400. Okay, yeah, that's the 400. That's the 300.
Yeah.
How could you tell the good pose from the bad pose? That's a RC4.
RC3.
3?
Yeah.
Damn,
just like the other one.
4. All right.
Says it on the bill.
Thank you.
How could you tell that?
It just looks so big to me.
A lot of it really is just the packaging.
No, I'm talking about the body shape. Apparently, like you could tell, like the back end of the newer pose was really thick.
Yeah.
The tail section. Right.
I had to go through. I had some in here, but I'm not standing on the table tonight.
I heard.
Got a couple more random Tennessee killers in here.
Yeah, you got lead in the lip on that one, don't you?
Yeah.
What?
This one's called a Tennessee Pro.
They put the lead on the lip.
Oh yeah, I don't use that bait. If it's just pro on it, it's too good for me. I have to get the
we have the Joe. The Joe version is the one we use. It say Joe on the bottom. TN Joe. Right.
At least it doesn't say Tennessee Pruitt there, HellaBass, or we'd have to burn it.
Couple more wiggle warts. I don't know why people say these things are so hard to find.
Yeah, you just got to go to your place. They're everywhere.
Good night. That's
about this
crazy,
little guy?
Rich.
Little Rapala, like
Shallow.
shallow.
Shallow rat. Non-rattling, just straight up balsa.
It's a 7. Yeah, silent.
Yeah.
Like an
I
OG.
do- I do this all night long, just unboxing, tackling, looking at the OGs.
Yep.
Another Rebel.
Yep.
Is it me or does it look like an 8-year-old kid made those pose? They were never known for like, whoa, wow, your eyes, but man, they caught fish.
Yeah. Old Spot.
Wow.
she could use a little TLC and some new hooks. But
Yeah,
man.
Oh, that's the
Rapala.
that's the
rip and wrap or
that's what Mike Terry caught the FLW record stringer on Kentucky Lake Fire
Are
Tiger.
you kidding me? How about that?
38.6 on the rip and wrap.
Damn.
And he caught a few on a shad wrap, but it was mostly that bait, Fire Tiger.
That's great, man.
Here's a bigger version.
Look at that flame orange dude right there.
That one's still catch. That's still catch.
And it's got saltwater hooks on it. Hell yeah, like that, man. Everybody's all crazy about fire crawls. Don't sleep on those fire crawl traps.
Bomber alert.
7 A's. Yeah, man. Screw tails.
All my bombers are the old ones almost.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's good stuff.
We got some like wood choppers, I think here.
Oh,
nope.
Get to the chopper.
Nope, this is a original Nippa Diddy.
Nippa Diddy.
Look at that thing, man. Woo, buddy. Still spinning.
Tunable blades.
Yeah.
I think this one might be a wood chopper though.
Yeah, it looks like a wood chopper with that blade. Get to the chopper. It looks like a pose eye though, right?
Yeah. Didn't they make one? The Ace?
Yeah.
I think this is a pose.
Pose Ace? Is this what's called the Ace?
Maybe.
Do you have a pose?
Sputtering? Was it the sputtering Ace?
Something like that. Do you have a pose blurpy?
I do. I got several.
Blurpy slays, buddy. It is.
Oh, come on, man. I did catch a bass on the Potomac like 2.
Hey,
I couldn't get over how goofy it looked, dude.
I'm telling you, Ron Lappin, retired FLW tournament director, swears by Blurpy. I went fishing with him, and he slayed him on it.
Come on, man. Why?
I don't know. Might be his confidence.
It's probably hanging on my wall somewhere, man. I got to find it now. You're going to drive me crazy, man. I'll have to look for like a year.
Ron Thiel says that's a pose. That's what I thought. Good call, Ron.
What?
Ron Thiel's got some good bait knowledge. He's always in the stream.
Dude, it had the pose eyeball on it.
You got it coming here?
He's looking for his blurpy.
No, go ahead, man. Keep going. What you got?
Give me a heads up.
I haven't found it yet, man. I was looking for it. I thought I was going to be able to get right.
Little Bill quarter-ounce Bill Lewis.
That was called Strawberry Craw.
Dude, I've never seen that color bait, man. That's pretty cool.
That color with the flake in it?
No, bro, I've not seen that color.
That's an old school one.
No.
Eagle claw hook.
You should paint some. You should paint some pogo shads in that color.
Oh, pogo and that strawberry. Nasty.
Oh man, that'd be nasty.
Down deep, rattling fat wrap.
Ooh,
one of my favorites. Oh, that says Deep Down Secret, right?
Yeah, that's a great winter bait.
Yeah. How'd that pull, Baxter? Have you ever thrown it? I've never thrown it.
It doesn't really pull that hard, believe it or not. I don't think it gets as deep as they say it does, but it doesn't pull too hard.
So I got.
Does anybody on the stream? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
This bait. So we used to have a guy in our bass club back in the day we called him. His name was Tom. We called him Two-Tone because he's always talking out of both sides of his mouth. And he liked crankbaits, and we went down to Tennessee to pick up a boat from the Aries plant back in the day. And he brought these with. It was like dead of winter in Minnesota, but they had just come out in Minnesota. He bought like 6 of them, and he spent the whole time because back then you sharpened your hooks, you didn't replace them. This was like 25 years ago. Like I wasn't even old enough to drive. I was probably like 15, and he was so excited. He was telling us how he was gonna sharpen these hooks and all the way down, all the way back, talking about him, sharpening the hooks, playing with them. Oh, he's going to crush us, deep rocks, like you guys are in trouble in the club. And my dad's cousin, Kenny Millender, he goes, oh, Tom, you've been talking about those two, Tom. Why don't you let me see them quick? And he's like, he hands them up to the front. He's in the passenger seat. And he's like, oh, they had like 3 of them. He rolls down the window, just chucks them out at 70 miles.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
No freaking.
And he handed him a $20 bill and said, it was worth the look on your face.
Come on, man. He did not do that, man. No freaking way, dude.
Your dad has some giant balls. That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy.
We got some spots.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
that one's a trap.
Look at that orange.
Is it one?
Yeah, the one's a trap. The Craw.
Yeah, the orange one's a trap there.
That's
What
that
spot?
G finish on that spot.
Yeah. What's going on with that orange one? It's got some gold on it, man. No, the orange, like the fire orange. What's up with that other finish on that side? Somebody's asking about the 7 fat wrap.
Yeah, it's got like they put some of them hand painted Lucky Craft scales on it back in the day.
Yeah, it looks like it. Crazy, man. What?
Oh, we got one out. There's the trap.
Spot. Yeah.
Suspending. It says suspending on the side.
Yes, Cordell was the spot to do that, suspending Lipless.
Shadow Bassin, man, this is for you. It's not the Craw, but I thought I'd show you a custom painting 7.
Woo! Eric.
Oh, buddy. How you like that, Baxter?
I like that.
Hold it up one more time for them so they can see it now. You're big. Which one's that one?
It's the Fat Wrap 7. Not rattling, though. You wanted to see a Craw. I thought.
Oh, this is actually, this one here is a floater.
A red zone.
I don't know why I'd want a floating lipless. Why would I want a floating lipless crankbait?
Fish over the top.
Above the grass. Yeah, I mean, basically, they'll sink slightly. They're not perfectly suspending. Don't get me wrong. I'm a makes one right now. Trap 8. It was called the Red Zone, and the Spot made one that was suspending. The old Bomber, man. Look at that matte finish, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's a matte finish bait way back in the day.
Long A.
Got another big old Rebel with that
Fast track.
10 to 15, it says on the bill.
Crazy, man. What's up with that arrow, BaitMan? Why did they need an arrow on the bill?
Oh, first
Tell the crankbait which way to swim?
Bagley sighting.
Oh.
Nope. Somebody perked up at home.
Man, that's good color. I like that color. That's crazy color, man.
The hooks are kind of sticky for being old and silver. Not gonna lie.
Good looking Bagley there.
Hey, you might want to put that on the shelf, man.
Yeah, you might want to.
Does that have brass hangers on it?
That's a DB2.
They look a little silvery. They don't look.
Okay. I just want to know if that was old school or not.
Well, if it's been in the tackle box with them other baits, I'd say it's pretty old.
No, it's got silver hook hangers, bro. It's not the brass. It probably
no, it ain't brass, but I mean,
that's the original that they remade, I think.
Yeah.
Another pose. We got a Lucky 13.
Oh wow! Check that out.
I put those in the antique category.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah.
If anybody needs that for their collection, hit me up. I'm not as much a bait collector as some people in this chat. Oh, got a bunch of bombers in here.
Nice. Screwtails? Bayou Boogie. Somebody said the Bayou Boogie.
Dude.
This one's a little bit
G finish, man. That's the G finish.
G finish.
7A. Fire Tiger G finish.
So these would have been out about the same time as the signatures. They just weren't signature.
Yep. Right around the same time, yeah.
What the heck is this thing?
It's a Norman.
Norman.
Little end. It's a matte finish Fire Tiger.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that Norman had matte finishes back then, man. Now they've come right back around, haven't they?
I think the whole fishing industry is kind of coming around. You know?
Got a big, deep Rebel plug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Check out the flat, kind of almost like a bone Fire Tiger.
No, their plastic was great, man. That was all that milky, beautiful, low resonance.
Deep Mini R. So we looked at one of those before. We got another Wally Diver and Fire Tiger.
Voila.
Another
Somebody asked if you had any old flat A's.
I don't think so, but
I got dibs on those, Adam.
we got another Little N.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Another Fast Track Rebel.
That's the Fire Tiger box right there.
Yeah,
It is, isn't it?
This is the Fire Tiger box. Another N.
Ooh, what's in that?
That would sounded good.
That did, didn't it? It's talking to us. Oof, oof, oof.
Eric, have you ever noticed sometimes you get two rattle traps and they're the same color and everything, and one's just got a little bit better pitch than the other?
Yep.
Another Rebel, I'm guessing, based on the shape of the lip.
Isn't that a Norman? That's a Norman, man.
Norman?
Yeah, I don't know the model, but it's got a Norman eyes to it.
Oh, it's a Norman. Faux show.
Yeah, I suppose those tight ties on the top.
Somebody will know.
What Norman is this, chat? I'll show it to you next to the N, just for perspective. Like,
it's not a deep baby.
Deeper diving.
Somebody's calling it a Salmo. It's like a humpback. Yeah, that was the
Salmo.
word. Yeah, it's kind of like the humpback shape. Rebel made a humpy and a humpback. The Rebel humpy.
Dustin Taylor knows his stuff too.
6'8".
Him and Gary. Ooh, that's they actually made that color in a flat A too. It's very hard to find. Fire Tiger with the gold flake.
Another big DD22 and kind of a flat.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I don't know what this. Oh, this is not mine. This is just a little bone-colored lipless.
That's a sugar shad.
Yeah, sugar shad. Lord Jensen.
Oh, is that the Maniac?
No.
Is that the
Sugar
Maniac?
round.
No, sugar shad's like this.
Yeah, sugar shad's more of a round.
Sugar shad's that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's that Maniac.
That's the man's Maniac.
Dude, sugar shad is nasty in shallow water.
Oh yeah.
that's a nice looking bone. Like that, just a little.
That is they nailed that bone. That's the man's. That's a man's. It's the Maniac, I think. They had a kangaroo shad and a Maniac shad.
Someone says it's a raid level vibe.
No.
No, I don't think
That's old school bait. It's not
They're
a
saying
raid.
this one is a raid level vibe.
No, the bone one.
The bone
Not a
one.
level. That's not a raid bait.
Oh, that's the man's Maniac.
That's the man's Maniac.
Yeah,
really loud.
Dude, Gary knows his stuff, man, on these old school baits.
He does, man. He's been on it.
We only got one box left.
The swim school said he was just pulling our chain. For real. You were.
This box has got.
Oh, Ryan's right about the man's loudmouth. That thing was loud, dude.
This
Funny shaped bait too. Really
this
strange.
box was mixed with some buzz baits, and there's a whole lot of like carnage in here. So this was one I spotted a little earlier. It says Japan on the bottom of the lip. It's a popper, and it says Japan on it.
Like a Lucky 13 remake, man.
But it says Japan.
Crazy.
That kind of threw me.
Wow. Huh.
Maybe it's a JDM Heddon.
Yeah, it might be because they did some remakes of the Heddon lures. They've got a few out now, right? What did they just recently do? They painted some big O's, man, over in Japan.
Just for fun.
Megabass painted them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just a good old fashioned spoon, like old school like we cast these for Northerns, Daredevils.
Wow. Ooh, Fire Tiger, man.
I thought it looked like a Heddon too, but why would it say Japan on the bottom? But that's what I didn't get.
Yellow Shore minnow for sure. Oh, it is a Heddon bait. He might have done a special run, Japan version only.
So we had a lot of these back in Minnesota today. Double twin buzzers with the floaters on them.
Was that an accent?
Accents.
No, this is like before accent was a thing for sure.
All right, who made that then?
I don't know. I think these
I
are
used
called
to throw.
rollers.
Oh, high roller. I'll buy it. So what the heck?
That
A
was
rattle?
I think it's a rattleback spinnerbait of some kind.
Single arm.
High rider.
It looks like what's in my dad's spinnerbait box. All the skirts have fell off.
Creek Chub Plunker.
Whoa, vintage.
Yeah, vintage. I'd shelf that one.
Oh, show.
I don't know. I'm not that. If somebody wants it,
Hey, Chris, Daryl Wilson said high rider.
the high rider for what? This one?
That buzzbait.
Oh, the buzzbait. Yeah, there's a couple different.
It's high rider, high roller, and there you go.
Who made it? That's what I want to know.
This is a top water, like a single prop.
Is that a Bagley?
I don't know. You got me on that one. That looks like a Rapala eye.
I mean, there is no sound to it.
Bagley, it's probably a Rapala.
I don't know, man.
I don't remember seeing Rappas like that.
I'm stumped.
What?
Got me. Arbogast Snooker. Gary Ong is on it, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, you cannot beat Gary on some of them old school baits.
Which one's the Arbogast?
Freaking on.
The one you just were holding up. The
This
Snooker
one?
with the yeah, that's the Arbogast Snooker.
I'm writing that one
Right.
down.
Yeah, you should.
Shout out Gary coming through for us.
Gary's on it, man.
I feel like if you listen to this on the podcast, it's not quite going to be the same as the stream.
The Snooker.
Sorry, podcast. We're reading the YouTube comments.
Yeah, we are.
Was that one old bait?
No. So here's a spinnerbait of some kind. I don't know what it was back in the day.
Oh, I know what that is. Is that old bulldog, Baxter?
Yeah.
Did it have painted blades on it or hammered?
They're hammered.
They're
You
hammered.
can tell by the head, man. Yeah, that looks like a bulldog lure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it have a screw lock? Oh, that looks like a that's a heart.
Yeah, with the eyes on that.
Yeah, that's a heart for sure. Faux show.
You can see that.
Screw lock could be like an Olam's, but man,
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Look at that spinner bait. Did it have a screw lock
I'm
on it?
afraid I don't want to ruin this twin tail in case I want to read this.
yeah, dude, this twin tail's in great shape.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's why you can't get
There's
off.
a
There's a
screw
screw
lock.
lock. Bingo. I know my shit on this. That spinner bait. That's a bulldog. It's a Oldham's, right?
Yeah, Olam's.
Yeah, man. There it is.
Smaller version.
Yep. I used to throw that spinner bait, bro. They had some with painted blades.
Yeah, so here's a big version of it.
Somebody needs to clean this one up.
It's the Kentucky Lake Killer right here, man.
Wait a second.
I caught a lot of bass on those baits in the day, man.
That was the Dan Moorhead spinnerbait. He won a lot.
Oh, yeah.
See there?
Yeah.
That little screw lock.
There it is, man.
This needs some like toothpaste and a brush. Clean this up. Be a fish catcher.
Dude, it will. I'm telling you.
This hook, legitimately pretty sharp.
Crazy,
Gary
man.
Oldham still makes these things too. You just have to call and ask him up.
Come on, man. Gary Oldham will still make you a spinner bait. Stop it.
Yeah.
What? Is that a cream?
Maybe.
Is that a cream like smiling minnows?
Put that on, Rich, put that on Swim Bait Universe.
Yeah. Be like, oh, hey guys, what's this swim bait? I just picked it up.
Talk
Yeah,
about
cream,
cream. Yeah.
That's
We
got to
got
be a
another,
cream.
Pose chopper here.
Oh,
No.
chopper.
Or ace.
Ace in the hole.
Well, we got a jointed bomber here. Got some hate crime going on.
Comes with some extra. Yep. Is it a screw tail?
Yeah. They're all
Yeah, that's
oh,
right.
my
It's on
bad.
there already. All
Tails.
screw tail.
Look at this.
Oh.
That.
You get a little extra rubber. Living rubber
More
rubber
skirts?
tail.
Or more OG spooks.
How about that, man? There they are.
Originals.
Silver flitter.
Oh, here's a good one. Magnum chug.
Wow. Oh, man. Old school. Weren't some guys throwing that on like, what was it, Jocassi? Up in the.
Don
Western
wants to know when your
Carolina?
next stream is going to be, BaitMan.
I'll let you know, Don, after HellaBass streams. I'm probably Friday. Me and Eric are gonna cook something up.
Don't Don't they throw those on big blueback herring lakes, man? And big old Magnum.
Dude, they're really good rockfish striper baits too.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Here's an old Hildebrand.
Wow. Check that out.
Is that the blade?
No, it's not the blade. I did find a bunch of blades in my garage though. So, how about these? You guys remember what these guys were?
Oh my God, the Zaragoza.
Yeah.
The walking underwater bait.
Pieces of trash.
I've never been a fan of that bait. I'm with you, HellaBass. I bought so
disappointed. We all bought one though. We bought into the crazy. Yeah, if it's great up, if it's a walking bait on the top, it should be great underwater. They don't even have to come up and eat it.
That's right.
Rebel Spoonbill.
Bill, yeah, man.
I got one of them. I think.
Isn't that the original deep dive and jerkbait?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They pull kind of hard.
Yeah. Wear you out.
You guys, I don't know if you guys will. You know what this is?
It's a spoon type with a lot of extra rubber on it and a hook.
Yeah, there's like, so there's, it's normally skirted, right?
I'm having
Normally would have a
trouble.
white skirt, tie it up, right? Like they would tie it in right there. I've got a trailer hook on it with a piece of plastic, but
is it a Grassmaster?
No. So this was called a PT talking spoon because it had a rattle.
Oh no! Oh, crazy!
We used to throw these a ton up on Leech Lake, northern Minnesota, where we have wild rice. Like so, in the day before, like we had good frogs, we would throw like Northland jawbreakers and talking spoons to bring them up out of the rice. It's not a moss boss. This is a PT talking spoon.
So let me ask you a question. Those jawbreakers, why do you throw them anymore? When's the last time a bass has seen a jawbreaker?
Well, they still sell them at Reed's up in Walker. Northland Tackle. So the hookup was terrible on them though.
Was it because of the actual?
So much more efficient. Like the hookup ratio on a frog is so much better.
Was it just because the hook was shitty? Like if somebody made a jawbreaker or a spoon with a premium badass gaff hook,
and maybe back in the day we were trying to throw these on like probably 25-pound mono.
Well, no, let's just say you went out there with 65-pound braid through your jawbreaker. You'd be breaking their jaws.
Maybe. I don't know. Might be worth a try.
I mean, because when's the last time a bass in a lily pad field or a rice field saw a Johnson silver minnow with a white pork trailer? Come on, man. They'd have to eat it, right? Baitman, can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right. Well, there's one more thing. I got a whole box of these. I don't remember what
Moss Boss. People are talking about the Moss Boss, man. They say it's still awesome. It's the best rice lure.
Do you know what this soft plastic is? I want to say it was like a devil's something.
Devil's tongue.
Yes.
I got a pack. I got a pack of them in the back. You want me to go get it? Literally in the
like
pack.
A green and blue logo. I want to say like.
I got a pack. I'm going to get it because I want to show you the pack. How many packs you got?
Gary's saying the Strike King Timber King was the deal. I remember that. That was their take on the grass spoon. I like the old Strike King flat frog.
I've got a whole Plano box of these things.
That'd be a great punching bait. Why wouldn't it be?
They're really skinny.
Why wouldn't that work great on the back of a bladed jig?
Well, here's the thing. Back in the day, before their time, they actually sold a skirted version.
Oh, man. Eric's got to see that. That's like a pre-skirted. Eric, look at this.
Yes.
It's called the Devil's Claw Worm.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Send me a picture of that so I can. But I was going to show you this. I was showing Baitman. They made a skirted version.
Look at
what?
It's like a punch rig before punch rigs were a thing.
Devil's in a short skirt.
It's just a rattle collar skirt, basically on the first like indent of the worm.
Crazy. Look at that, man.
Hey, jig worm that, Eric.
It was by Chaparral Baits.
You got to put these on your skirted shaky heads. Look at these.
This was the pod pocket. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna rig it up right now.
And they do have like a little air, like they have a little.
It's a pocket
to put a rattle in.
Yep. Damn.
And I got white ones of what used to be white. pumpkin seed chartreuse skirt
Nice.
on my computer. But yeah, so actually,
it's got 4 little tentacles, man.
I had a fishing buddy.
It's kind of like the shredded Super Dew, but a little bit different, right? I mean, that's the kind of the same concept, same profile.
That talked to the guy and got himself like a 15% off Pro Steel deal like 30 years ago on these. And that's why he ended up with all of these.
That's
how about the spinnerbait trailer?
50% off now. Yeah, those are unique enough. I think you can do a lot with that.
Maybe a chatterbait trailer?
Sure.
They didn't have a chatterbait back then. You put that
throw it on a jig. You could throw it on a chatterbait. You could frickin' Carolina rig this thing, man. There's so many things you could do with it.
Throw it on a scrounger.
Got a bunch of old school spinnerbait trailers in here too.
Ooh, scrounger bait, man. Boom, that's thinking right there.
Gotta get outside the box.
I think this is a Mann soft plastic. Maybe? I don't know what this is.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Man.
I don't know.
Mann's or Northland.
Yeah, it might be a Northland. That doesn't look like a Mann to me.
Or like it's almost like a sassy shad or something, but not quite.
Mini skirt.
Gary, I hadn't heard that in forever.
I got a nice old couple
Power
of power grubs. Just 2. If anybody really needs this color pumpkin seed chartreuse power grub, I got 2 of them. I already went through this box, I think. Yeah. So, wow. That only took us 2 hours to go through those tackle boxes.
That was awesome. All right, so now BaitMan's going to go through all his.
Yeah. All right.
Not happening tonight, guys. Not happening.
Yeah, and then we'll go through mine. What?
We have to do like a 24. This was just my old stuff. This isn't like the stuff that I actually like.
I've actually thought about trying a 24-hour power stream.
That'd be crazy.
And I figured, what would I do? And I'm like, well, I'll just go through all my tackle. It might take that.
You could cycle like new guests every 1 to 2 hours.
You could.
I could do that New Year's Eve. Start at like 6 in the evening.
Well, maybe just like a 12-hour. What about noon to midnight?
There we go.
Get maybe like 6 people lined up, 2 hours each, or
something
like
that'd be wild, man.
Yeah. Do it for charity. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
So
maybe
funny
I could
story.
get on there. Help out the Ike Foundation.
Sure.
Funny story. I started watching BaitMan a lot when I got the snip last Christmas. I had nothing to do, so I was like watching YouTube, and BaitMan was on, and then like I kept watching, and then I ended up volunteering to be in a mod, and now look at us.
I know.
How about that, man? That's so cool. So that's how you met BaitMan, watching his streams and then reaching out to him, right? The super stream.
I remember HellaBass from like Bass Fishing Homepage days.
Probably.
There, post on Bass Boat Central some.
Sure.
How about that, man?
Yeah. Dude, I had this dream, a real dream, that I brought back Bass Fishing Homepage.
What are you guys talking about, man? You got to educate me, bro.
You don't remember the Bass Fishing Homepage, WMI.org? It was like you logged on a message board, but it was built in Microsoft Word.
It was awful.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember. When was that? Like what year?
But I brought it back into bulletin board, 2020 style message forum.
Very cool.
I
mean, would it work?
Why not? Bass Fishing Bass Boat Central. Look, there's some good deals on there, but me and you've talked about this, Eric. The last thing I want to see or talk about when I talk fishing is politics.
Zero discussion around it.
Quit getting on there because of that stuff.
I'm honestly here tonight to talk about baits, to stop thinking about the world and whatever side of the debate you're on and the problems. I want to just escape. Talk about things we all love. We all come together through fishing, right? That's
I forgot my 10 wrapped visor tonight. I'm sorry.
No, man, I don't even think about anything when I'm on streams with guys like you. We're talking about our passion for bass fishing, lures, bait hacks. You know, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm right here. I'm present and digging it. You know, that's what I want to do.
Clay says any new mail calls this week. Yeah, I've got some. I'm going to film a video tomorrow. I got one from HellaBass.
What? Another upload back-to-back weeks?
I am going to try to actually. So I did an experiment I did the same thing I do on live, but I did it non-live.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually got about as many views as the live. YouTube seems to be recommending it a little bit more. I'm noticing the analytics. And
Nice.
And honestly, it's hard for me to stream because every night because I work at night. Unfortunately, maybe I can get on that days. Maybe I'll just give them the finger one night and say I'm not coming back. But it seems to be where I've got to get this video with Bait Junior, and yeah. But I got some stuff from Ledgehog. Previewed it. They got some. You like big blade baits?
You talking about like a 1 ounce spinnerbait kind of deal?
Yeah, big giant spinnerbait. They got cool stuff. And then Gary, that's been in the chat, sent me an awesome box of vintage stuff, a shirt, and sent Bait Junior and Bait Girl a card. Shout out to Gary. He's been really good to me. Great subscriber, great viewer. And that's what we're really in this for. We're not in here to be internet famous. Of course, I like my TikToks to go up a little bit, but I'll just enjoy the camaraderie that is going on right now with Eric and Hella. There he is. There's Junior.
Nice.
BaitMan Junior. Fishing with Mark Menendez.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, he wasn't scared. He did. Well, one bit his thumb. He said, that bit me. And then Mark caught one. And he said, did that bite you? And Mark said, yeah, it did. But that's what we're all doing this for. Yep, there's new logos.
Juice.
Yeah, man, spoiling it a little bit. The guy that did that, his name's Topwater Boys. I've never met him, but a friend of mine that makes rats said, dude, get your logo. I'm very pleased with how it come out. Very easy to work with. I'd actually like to make a shirt that says color, the old school color selector, and have like clean water, have a shad color, dirty water, jank juice, spring, have a craw, four or five different crankbaits on there. That's kind of my thing.
So if you guys are on Insta, make sure you guys look up the BaitMan and Epic Eric Official and HellaBass while you're there for sure.
Man,
yeah, if you're on here and you're not subscribed to Hella, you make sure you hit that button.
Heck yeah, man. 65 likes, man. We set a record. Congratulations. It's freaking awesome.
We hit triple digits. We got a new high bar standard.
Boom.
It's the power of what did Chris call it? The Holy Trinity of stream.
We can always. You got enough room on this thing. We could fit a fourth in if you.
Yeah, it would balance it out.
Get a back row.
That's right.
Get like Pangrak on here too, or Travis.
Oh wow! Right.
Yeah. Dude, there's a lot of pros that are tackle junkies. Like Menendez is teetering, has a problem.
Oh, I got one.
Sure. I bet you most of the older guys, I bet you are tackle junkies.
Yep.
Yeah. Fritz, tackle nut.
Yep. Hey man, have you thrown your big humble yet?
Yeah, my pool. And it's freaking
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I threw the big humble, and then I threw Crankenstein Customs made me like a big humble, but just thicker, broader, beefier. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, Crankenstein's a good dude, man. Darren Reed.
Baits, man. That's what I want to ask people. Like, who's going to be bold enough to go out there and throw a flat-sided crankbait? Look at this thing, man. Compared to a flat A, it'll blow your mind.
I got one for you too. I got to mail you some stuff, but I'm slacking.
That's all right, man. I got enough going on. So there's a flat A compared to Crankenstein Customs jank, man. So I don't know about you guys, but on my rivers in the spring, we get a white perch run, and those big female bass, if I'm rigging on a little break, outside of spawning bays, and if I'm rigging, a lot of times, man, like a 5+ will have a white perch tail in her throat. So they're out there actively feeding up for the spawn. Bigger baits, bigger bites. I'm going to test it out this spring. I'm going to be chucking this thing on some riffraff and see what happens, man. I think it'll be fun. Who knows? I might not get a bite. I don't care.
I've seen it in action, man. A buddy of mine used to fish FLW Tour, Troy Hollowell.
Yep.
Todd's brother. Smashed them in the fall on that thing. Just burning it around stumps because, man, it's hitting things. It's going.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Fall is for flat siding, man. Fall is flat siding time.
we could get Craig Powers.
I would love to get Craig Powers. I just bought some of his baits today, this morning, with some micarta bills in it, man. Because I'm a big fan of the CP baits. This is the CP2 and Spring Craw. You know, he knows how to build a crankbait, and the flat side in particular. They're all Lexan, but he had some micarta bills. So I'm curious. I want to try his micarta to see if I like him as much. So I got some 2s and 3s coming to me. And I'm going to share them with somebody if they wanted to order some too. So
he learned to build under Sonny McFarlane too.
That's exactly right, man. Him and Rob Cochran from Jawjacker and Craig Powers. He's a P70 nut.
Guy's on the CP70.
I can't wait to see one, man. He said he might send me one, man. I put a pretty big order with him this morning, so he said he's going to send me a surprise. He knows I already got the big humble, so I'm hoping it's a CP7.
You should have told him. Should have told him go balls. He's a big Tennessee fan. Eric, I had a comment on my Facebook page today. HellaBass, someone said, "Does Eric have Facebook?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Oh, he's an old man living in times." And I'm thinking, if Eric's seen what I post about Tennessee football, he would probably block and delete me. Really.
You can follow him on Twitter.
You know why I don't want to be on, right? You know why I don't want to be on Facebook. I'll make it real clear with my Instagram page. All I want to talk about 99.9% of the time is fishing. I got a little bit of family stuff on there, but the Facebook stuff just gets it, and then it would just be too much for me. I don't want to have to check 2 platforms, and I know there's a way to connect them, but I just want to stick to fishing.
I really try to separate personal.
Yeah.
And then I've got my own BaitMan page where I strictly baits, and I have had to, tell people we don't use that language. We don't talk like that. Yeah. On my personal page, I'll let it go a little bit, but I don't really allow stuff go public.
Yeah.
But I do talk about college football a lot. And I really make Kentucky basketball fans mad.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't even know why I put my Twitter on, like when I do my regular videos, I put my Twitter handle. It's not PG. Like I don't say anything like bad, but I'm pretty much fire this coach and our team sucks.
It's like live reaction tweets to
I'm not, you know what? Dude, I played football growing up, man. I threw the rock. I was a quarterback, so was my brother.
Yeah, that's why you got
that's why I'm hurting right now, bro. Let me tell you something. I had a knee operation pretty early on, and it was like, decide to play sports or go make some money as a paper boy and picking up golf balls and fish, and I chose those 3 over sports. But I just don't follow it, man. There's only so many hours in the day, so I just never got wrapped up in being a spectator and watching. I just prefer to like do it and go fishing. Because you only got so many hours in a day, man. Can't do it. And you know what? It drives me crazy watching a sporting event because I can't impact the outcome.
Right.
It drives me nutty.
It's always funny. If Jimmy Big Time was on here, you could tell you when you're watching a dirt race and the fans are there, and there's that one guy in the front row that's going, "Get on mine! Come on, get on mine!" I'm like, you really think that guy can hear you, bud? But
That's funny, man. That's funny.
Hey, Clay, you want a CP70 so bad? Is there a website order? Yeah, message Craig and just say, "Hey, my name's Clay. I'm a friend of Baitman, Epic Eric. I'd like to get a CP70." He'd probably take care of you.
But only after you send Eric a CP70.
Yeah. Send Eric's first, then I want mine.
Yeah. You got to order a few more crankbaits to get a CP70. No, it doesn't work that way. I don't know. I'm embarrassed to say, Baitman, I forgot all about that he was making a CP70, man. Damn.
You got one?
No. I got some P70s, but not a CP70.
I got one in that box. I just really don't want to grab it.
Yeah. You got one.
I got one.
3. You got one.
I'm cool about one on top waters. It's really hard to lose one.
I hear you, man. What else you got, Hella? More freaking
warts. I found 7 old school Rugal warts today. Going through this box.
I mean, if you got some of those phantom colors, man, they go for big.
That's one thing I don't have. Most of mine are like solid minnow patterns, bass patterns, no phantoms. So
yeah,
I'll give you a hint, Rich. A guy told me any original wiggle wart, no matter what color or what shape it is it worth at least $10.
Absolutely. I'd say more than that.
I actually would lean on 15 because it ain't like they're making them again. Even if it's some terrible color that's chewed chewed up or paint falling off, you can get it repainted.
You gotta wait till they have an event in the spring on Table Rock and somebody wins one out. And then that's when you put them on eBay.
Hey, but I watched that Cumberland tournament, and our boy Brent Anderson was throwing a rock crawler. And I looked at the top 10 baits. I never seen a wiggle wart up there at Cumberland. I just saw the rock crawler and a few other crankbaits.
Very true. Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about when Pangrac faced that championship?
No, let's see.
Or recently? All right, but if you go back to when Manson and Pangrac were there, the guy that I think won it was definitely throwing old school wart.
I'm gonna look at right here, top 10 baits from Lake Cumberland.
But I'm talking about 2019.
I'm talking about
20. You're talking about 20.
Yeah,
and I would agree.
Yeah, I'm talking about 19. It just happened. Guy that won it. Guess what he won it on?
Rock crawler.
Rock crawler, and picked up a bull shad.
No.
I swear it's on their side. Chris Malone.
I heard the co-angler was throwing a glide bait.
He was.
He did, man. Caught a couple bigs. Or he got some follows. Did he catch them?
Second place on the pro side, Lord Jensen Speed Trap.
Damn, old school.
It is. Third place, my man Drew Broggs from Lebanon, Tennessee. Great freaking hammer. He's won about everything here on Tennessee River. Strike King 1.5, brown orange craw.
Boom.
A lot of guys craw in here.
Good color.
Fifth place, Curve 55 6 cents.
Oh, there you go.
There's another rock crawler, 7th place. 8th place.
You skipped over the Carolina Rig Zoom Speed Craw.
That's just so boring. I'm not even going to talk about it. 5 people in the top 10 were throwing a rock crawler. Not one wiggle wart mentioned.
Sixth place was the rig.
Yeah.
It
does say, though, Eric, it does say the opening thing, when it comes to Cumberland in late fall, some things come to mind, such as craw color paint bait, specifically the wiggle wart and rock crawler.
There it is. Would you throw? This is a 6. This is the power 6-footer, man. Hold on. Dude, this is a 6-foot medium casting. One of my favorite is a Berkeley, the Zone. The Pulse. Berkeley Select, man. It is the
Pulse. I used to have a literally Pulse.
Yeah. It's not quite a pistol grip. It's like a modified. So it comes down my arm a little bit, man. But like for pitching under trees with that P70, like power, man. I want to go on a P70 school trip with powers. Come to Rockwood,
best caster I've ever seen. I know a lot of people say Gerald Swindle is good, and Gerald is very good. Can't hold Craig.
Got it now. So I met Craig at a bass show in Timonium that they don't do anymore in Maryland, and that's when he showed me his flat side. We got to talking about how he trained under McFarland, correct bill angle. We talked about rod reel, setup, line, and what tripped me out the most was not his cranking setup. He throws it on a spinning rod, by the way. These baits he throws on a spinning rod. So I had a buddy of mine make me a custom, spinning rod, flat side cranking, and I have caught some janks on it. Anyway, back to the P70. He showed me the rod because he had it with him. I was dumbfounded. I'm like, there's no way you're throwing that P70 on that light of setup. He goes, man, I'm telling you, this is my setup. It was a short rod, 6 foot, and it didn't have much backbone, just enough, but it's top water. He wanted that thing to eat it, and I think does he throw it on 14 or 20? Baitman?
I think it's like 14 or 17 or something like that.
Might be 17. 17 sounds right.
He used to buy.
But anyway, it flipped me out. Anyway, it's really cool to talk to him directly about his setup, and how he used it, and underhanging brush and holes in grass. Let that P70 sit there and look like just doesn't move far.
A guy addressed a comment. Someone said, "Have Randy Flowers for a 24-hour live stream." Well, Michael, man, your wish is Michael Flowers. You don't want to know who Randy is. You'll know.
Opposite of what you want.
Just so you know, Michael, man, Randy has agreed to do a podcast with me.
Wait a minute. We don't know the real identity of Randy Flowers, though, do we? It sounds like you might.
Oh, I do. That's all I'll ever say.
So Randy Flowers is going to come out on your show?
Yeah.
He's going on Randy on the Baitman Raw podcast audio.
Yeah,
only, right?
we're just gonna do a podcast. He did agree to that. That's all.
No face cam,
Wow.
just audio.
Just audio.
Mm.
Randy,
Crazy,
he texted me and said he didn't even spell Baitman right, and I got it. And
So he was in character.
I said, "Who is this?" And said, "It's Randy Flowers." I said, "Okay." And he said, "I'm thinking we need to do a 2020 review. I got lots to say." I said, "Okay." And I said, "Do you got Skype?" And he goes, "No, but I got a cell phone. Put me up to the mic." I said, "Okay, we can do that." Randy's not going to be talking about a lot of baits though, but I think if people's been wanting it, so I don't know. Just want to address that. I got
just want to let that teaser out just for everybody to hear. Just
that's my big tease. Randy Flowers coming to. I've got to start doing the Baitman Raws again. I got to get Rich to really talk about the tournament scene because Rich is really good about knowing what's going on with bass and stuff. And got to get Eric back on there. I kind of dropped the ball on that. That's my fault. I had one with Joe Thomas that was really good, and the audio messed up, and I tried to recover it and all kinds of stuff. And I got so frustrated, I just put it all on the back burner. But
and then you got to remember to post it to your podcast instead of just.
Somebody says Randy Flowers is Rick Clunn. Randy Flowers' post this morning was very solid. Randy forced Wheeler's hand into making a post today, so he's got power.
Randy has got a stronghold. So here's what happened. And I don't think it was just a Randy deal. I think it was going to be coming. Supposedly Wheeler was fishing an area in Cumberland that was off limit. Okay. That happened.
What?
That's happened to many anglers. They get DQ'd. However, he didn't get disqualified. Supposedly FLW tournament director said, "You're okay. It's out of your." Long story short, these marinas, you could fish like behind the marina or in front of the marina, but you couldn't fish along the docks or whatnot. There's a photo of, you can't tell if he's fishing or working on a bait or whatnot. Someone took it. A bunch of people got upset. And, I'll give it to Wheeler. He owned up to it. He didn't try to hide it. He put it out there. Hey, listen, if I made a mistake, I'd admit it, blah, blah, blah. But, according to FLW, the tournament director, I was in the right, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I get it. If the tournament director says it's legal, whether you get mad about it or not, at the end of the day, that's their call. Now, you can say preferential treatment however you want to, but if it was Baitman and they didn't DQ me, you wouldn't hear a lot of people. But let's just be honest. If it was me and I didn't get disqualified, nobody would care. But it is what it is. That, again, me and tournament drama, stuff like that. I mean, just tell me what bait he was throwing, please.
Wheeler?
People are like, when Wheeler wins, they're like, "Can he pass a polygraph? Is he going to pass the polygraph?" I'm like, I don't care. What was he throwing?
That guy's a bait junkie for sure.
Oh, yes. Wheeler's a huge, huge bait junkie.
All right. Would you throw that bait, man?
Sally Hansen special there.
Why not throw that?
Dude, look, I put some wood epoxy on the side of that crankbait, man. It's a balsa crankbait, by the way. So it's got dimension, right? You can see the dimension on it, right?
Yeah.
I like that color pattern, dude. Come on, man. You ain't never seen one like that.
Smash.
That thing's
That's
gonna hunt.
That's Sally. That's Sally Hansen. Yeah, you got to figure it would hunt, right? That's dirty, ain't it, Baitman? Come on.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Ulta Beauty Supply?
Of course, I've been in it.
I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna get you like a gift card for Ulta.
Thank you. Finally, somebody who knows what I want.
I'll get it for like $40, so you and your wife can split it.
And then I took a Dremel 2 to this one, man. See, this is the kind of crazy stuff I do. It's like the Orion crankbait. I took a -1 OG and I started drilling in the sides, man. So I'm like, man, would that change the water signature? It won't make a difference, but it's just fun. I get bored in the winter, man. I got to do stuff like that. What can I tell you?
Getting a glimpse into the bait lab, people, right now.
But this one I like. I'm scared to throw it. You know what I mean?
I want to know what's under your.
That's dirty. I like that color though. I need somebody to paint me that. TK could do that way better than I could.
Dude, I've got so many baits.
Thanks for letting me show that.
This place is
first time that's ever been shown, man. What could we call that one?
You should do a black with June bug
Black
sparkle
Death.
like that.
I don't know.
Hold it up side by side.
Somebody name this crankbait.
Let's get a side by side June bug and the this one right here.
Did I lose y'all?
No, you hear us? No,
We gone.
we can hear you.
I lost Hella. Is
What's
it
it?
just me?
Hit the mute button.
We out. We're back.
Here, I can hear you.
Uh oh. Bass Lab. The Bass Lab is down. The Bass Lab is down.
Better look at my settings.
Did he accidentally hit the mute button, mute himself?
Nope. But not now.
I lost you for a second, man. I think
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear both of you guys just fine.
Yeah, my headphones went out.
You're right, Swim School. Evergreen does make a color that's kind of like the reverse of that.
Yeah. Oh, I was there.
The kids at home could hear us, but you couldn't hear me.
No, that was weird. All right. I thought I lost everybody. I'm like, man, I guess I'm running the stream now. It's kind of
all right. I've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I've got a TV show to finish tomorrow.
Yeah, hey man, you looking tired, man.
I am. My hair's falling out.
If you needed some of this Arabic Mountain Dew to keep you going.
Oh my gosh, man. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Rich, man, thank you very much, HellaBass, for having me on. BaitMan, big surprise coming on tonight. That was awesome.
Did it just for you and Rich. I wouldn't have done that for anybody else.
No.
Word, brother.
So,
all right.
I'm getting out of here.
All right. We'll see you, BaitMan.
All right, BaitMan.
Thank you all guys for joining. Make sure you smash the like on Rich's stream. Follow everybody on Instagram.
All right. Just make this quick. So, yeah, for you guys that are tuning in late, you can catch the replay tomorrow. Podcast will be up tomorrow as well. There'll be links in the description. Otherwise, search HellaBass in your podcast app if you want to listen to those. It'd be a great way for you to catch up on the old episodes, Eric. You could podcast them.
I want to watch a couple of those, man. I got to look at who you've had on, man. You know what I mean?
You'll want to check out Panger.
Oh, sure. For sure.
And then I think you'll enjoy, there's one with Witty Outdoors, who's a custom crankbait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a Witty Outdoors bait right here. I want to try it. Have you thrown any of his stuff?
A little bit.
Okay. That's
not a lot, but
build. Yep. And it's got a real soft. Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I like the sound chamber he's put into it. So it's a composite material. So it's not wood, but it's composite. I don't know what the mixture is, but
yeah, he gets into a little of those details and how he makes the baits and how he does it. And I think you'll kind of enjoy that. You'll kind of geek out on that a little bit.
That episode, man, seems like a great family business.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think who else. Probably a couple other ones. I've had a couple elite pros on. Gary Dobbins.
Oh wow!
Yeah, nice. we went like 2.5 hours talking about rods with Gary Dobbins.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
I like old like tournament days in the West Coast and throwing rip baits, and there's some good stuff out there.
I would totally like to watch those. That's the kind of show that I'm into, you know, like West Coast anglers, some of the elite guys you've had on, bait makers for sure. Panger, because I'm just a fan. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How long you been doing it?
I started maybe like March, April this year.
Oh wow, you're relatively new. What got you into it? What made you want to stream?
Honestly, boredom, COVID.
Yeah,
and I started doing a little bit of like Insta Live and like got pretty good following. And then I was like, well, I'm going to give it like, and I've had a YouTube channel for a while where I was doing mainly videos, right? Like tournament videos and recaps and like bait hacks and just stuff like that. Right. And I was trying to get to that monetized status, right? Like I had 1,000 subs, but I didn't have watch time. So I thought streaming would be a good way to bump my watch time up because like it was early in the season, right? We had ice, no season, so I couldn't get out fishing and get new content. So I was like, because like tip videos are short, right? Like they're 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, I started streaming and it just kind of started. Oh, this is a ton of fun. Like it's just like hanging out at the boat ramp after a tournament, talking bass fishing. I just like it scratched an itch. Got good response from the audience. Got good guests, and just like this is just part of the deal now.
Nice stuff, man. Yeah, I like it.
When am I gonna get Yuki Ito on? That'd be challenging to get to Ito. I would think
That'd
that would
be cool, man. Wow. Has anybody? I mean, like, I'm trying to think if any of the streams I've watched had any like JDM makers, designers.
No, people got ideas about and how to get a hold of people or think they're good. Like, send me some stuff in my DMs and Instagram, and I'll follow up with them. So,
man, I'm trying to think if I would, you know, I don't know anybody connected to those. I mean, you know, if Bass U hasn't had them on, I'm talking about like designers, makers,
and I wouldn't even charge them $250 to come on. So, they could come on.
Yeah, freebies. Norio Tanabe, Yuki Ito, man. Some of the custom bolster makers over in Japan, man.
I have talked to Tacklecraft about having him come on.
Oh yeah, man. Big fan. He knows his stuff for sure. And I like it when they're bass fishermen too, you know. So
For sure.
Yeah. How long did you do co-angling stuff on the elites?
Just that one tournament. My dad was living in Amistad or in Del Rio at the time. Now he lives on Falcon now.
What? Does he bass fish?
Not as much as he crappie fishes, but still some.
Lives on Falcon. How many times have you been down there to fish Falcon?
Only like twice. I need to I use all my PTO and like time tournament fishing in Minnesota.
Sure.
And, you know,
Sure.
like,
what'd you think of Falcon? Was it
it's pretty cool.
Was it good? Is it harder to figure out like how to catch the bigs? I mean,
he was kind of my guide, so it was a little. I mean, like I didn't have to like break it down myself, right?
Yeah.
The first time I went down there was around Thanksgiving one time, and it was cold, and we did all right though. Like I caught a couple 7s, and then my dad popped an 8 and a 10 when we were out that day.
Yeah.
He got the big bites. I probably caught more fish. The other time was more spring. It was pretty good. Got some, good numbers. Caught a 7.
Nice.
It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was fun. They were short trips. They were like 3-4 day weekend long.
Yeah.
Like.
What's your big bass? PB.
8.3.
Wow.
8.3 out of Amistad.
Nice.
And then 7 1/4 out of Minnesota. So
nice.
I'm more proud of the 7 1/4 out of Minnesota.
Sure. That's a true giant northern, man. What about your smallie, PB?
I haven't weighed anything, but I have to say it's right around 5 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 5 to 5 1/4, somewhere in there.
So what are you club guy? Do you fish like the BFLs? What are you doing in 2021?
I don't know what I'm doing in 2021. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, Eric. I got a 10 and a 12-year-old daughter, kids, so like that they like keep me a little bit busy. But I'll definitely fish the Nation, like the Bass Nation, because I just got. I fished the Nationals, the Pickwick, a couple of weeks ago, so I was this close to having a chance to fish at the Classic.
How'd you do?
Day 1, I was in 5th or 4th or 5th, and then I fell back to 11th I missed the cut by 2 ounces on day 2.
Oh, boater or non-boater?
Boater.
Dude, what?
Yeah. I beat Matt Robertson, Albert Collins.
Fish clean?
What's that?
Did you fish clean?
I did fish clean.
How'd you catch your fish, man?
Spinnerbait and submerged hydrilla lines offshore.
Nice.
Yeah. But
dude, my God,
actually,
right there.
Yeah. So I actually interviewed Pat Schlopper, the guy that won it. He was a stream a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
He's made the elites. So yeah. So next year I'll fish the Nation. I'll fish the TBF.
Sure.
I may try to fish one of the team circuits, like the TBF or the Bass Nation team circuits.
Yeah, so you get the
or the BFLs. I've done the BFLs in the past on the Great Lakes Division. So
what's your strength as a fisherman, man? Like I don't know much about you as a fisherman.
Probably a jig. Power fishing a jig. Remember those jigs I sent you?
Yes, I do, man. Have you thrown them yet?
Yeah.
It's not a jig fisherman. Yeah, Bass Tech. Yep. Tungsten. Yeah. I think I got them in my drawer right here.
So that's probably my jam. Frogs, grass, shallow power fishing.
So you're a power fisherman.
I catch them on a net. I'll catch them on a drop shot if I have to, but that's not my choice.
Sure.
So here's when my dad lived on Amistad.
Oh my gosh.
13.2.
Oh my gosh. What did he catch that giant on?
Probably a Mojo rig, probably like a Senko or a Yum Dinger or something stupid like that. My dad is a dragger. He's like a glorified walleye fisherman. He likes to just dead stick and drag plastic. That's his jam.
It works though, doesn't it though, man? That's why he's got his double digit. He might have had a few more days on Amistad than you, but
yeah. Well, he's between Amistad and Falcon. He's got a 13. I'm going to butcher the numbers a little bit, but like 5 over 12.
Wow.
Like almost 10 over 11.
Damn.
Like over 10 is like 50. Like,
holy shit.
And then like he's like 8s and 9s. I can't count those. Like
did he just move down there to fish? Like I mean,
he retired. They moved out, so they lived down there and then they summer in Minnesota.
Okay. How's the you hear stories and I can't remember the lakes. Is it Falcon or Amistad?
Falcon, yeah. Falcon is the one that got the more bad press. And
yeah.
He says there are places you want to avoid, and there are creeks you don't go into by yourself.
Yeah.
Like you don't go way in the back, or if you do, you kind of
keep over your shoulder.
Or you got a buddy system, or you kind of he's like you just be smart. You don't stay way in the back of a creek late at night at dark in the Mexico side. He's seen some things for sure, but he says it's you just got to be smart about it, like anything else, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
Just like there's places you don't walk by yourself in Chicago at night, or Philly, or or like Baltimore or Washington D.C. Right? Like,
wow. What's the closest lake in Minnesota to you?
Well, there's 10,000 of them, but like Tonka is probably the the biggest tournament lake would be Minnetonka or the Mississippi River, like La Crosse.
Oh, okay. How's
like
Minnetonka?
La Crosse is like 2.5 hours from me.
Oh, that's close.
And how about is like 30-40 minutes?
Oh man. And is the grass still there in Minnetonka?
I mean, it changes. Some people say it's, but like compared to like most places, yeah, it's still stuffed with grass.
Wow. So it's fishing strong. It's a bass factory still.
Mm-hmm.
What's it take to win there in the spring and then summer, fall, like average bag?
Honestly, most of the time it's just like pretty close to a 4-pound average. Like when it's tough, 3.5 pounds. When it's good, 4.5 pound average. Like
wow, that's a big
just steady. Like
man. Steady bass factory. That's awesome, man. Live in the Land O' Lakes.
Is that going to be on your bass tour when you get the bus? You're going to swing through?
I think it's got to be, right? I got to do some swing out that way.
I think you'd like the Potomac.
Love it.
Yeah, then you would love La Crosse.
Okay.
So more grass though, like way more grass.
Wow. Don't get me wrong. If I can crank a bank that's got rock, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At certain times, like Rick Clunn made a final day cut crank and rip wrap on La Crosse one year.
How about that? A lot of wing dams and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Tons, like hundreds of wing dams per pool.
Wow. Yeah, there's like how many pools on the river?
Well, so Minneapolis is like pool 1, pool 2 is St. Paul.
Okay.
La Crosse is pool 7, 8.
Yep.
And then like the top of 9 is still Minnesota, and then like 9 through like 20 is down to like Iowa, Illinois. I don't know. After that, I don't really know. Like that's beyond my.
Man, it's a massive fishery. Holy moly, that's cool, man.
Epic frogging at certain times, just unbelievable frogging.
Oh yeah, I mean that Elite Series was it an Elite Series event that I was watching on the Mississippi. Oh yeah. Oh man. Well, okay.
Old ones.
Oh gee, I got a bunch of them. I
got that. You know that guy I sent you that DM.
Oh yeah.
I got those from that guy.
Okay.
So Davenport, Iowa is 15. Daryl Wilson says.
Okay.
Have you tried the Axis yet? Clay wants to know.
I haven't tried it.
I haven't bought one yet either.
Nope.
I did buy the 6 cents. What was it? The something 77.
Crush? No.
No. It's the Strike King makes one. It's the old like Strike.
Oh.
It's supposed to be really good hybrid. It's Strike King Hybrid Hunter or the
Strike Pro.
Yeah, but the new one. So I bought the 6 cents version. Tried that at.
What'd you think?
Pickwick a little bit. Came through the grass. I didn't get bid on it. I gave up on it. Went back to my spinnerbait.
It almost made the cut. There's the original. The Strike Pro hybrid
Yeah,
hunter.
Swank 77.
Swank 77. That's the big Bubba.
Yeah.
The big Bubba. So
that's what I got on Pickwick on right there. Just
who makes that one? Oh, that's
War Eagle.
Yeah, man.
Nothing fancy.
Can't beat it though. That thing gets bit, doesn't it? Definitely gets bit for sure, man.
Since we are just freestyling, here's a little LBJ that I tied up.
Oh, very nice.
With you remember Hydro Silk skirts?
Yeah. Hydro Silk. No. Was that
kind of like a hybrid round rubber silicone round? They used to come on the old True Tungsten jigs.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful skirt material, man.
But I hand tied kind of a black, brown, green pumpkin kind of camo-ish looking.
It's super natural looking, man. Very natural.
They don't make it anymore, but I've got some kind of old. I tied that up thinking I was going to maybe do some sneaky LBJ in at Pickwick, but it didn't go.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
That's a nice looking jig, man. That's really clean. Yeah, that was the MLF. That's what Shadow Batson just said on the Mississippi.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. So the other thing I did is I used wire tie. I don't know if you can see this, but I used
blue.
Purple.
Oh, for your PB&J. Oh, that's sneaky right there. Yeah, the camera's
and in purple is supposed to be one of the most visible covers. So I thought just having that little spot,
sneaky flash, right? Yep.
Little flash.
Nice, man. It's nice to make your own. Do you pour your own lead too?
No.
Smart man.
Oh, that's a Bass Tech tungsten head.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Man, so you flip a jig a lot. That's one thing I've gotten away from, man. It seems crazy because arguably, more big bites on a jig than.
Yeah, and up here we don't have shad in our lakes, so it's a lot of bluegill, a lot of perch.
Sure, more natural color baits,
so
right?
That's the one thing I found is like when I go down south, I throw more spinner baits, I throw more crankbaits, I throw more horizontal baits because when there's shad.
Sure.
Horizontal deal is a thing much more.
Yep.
And, up here, it seems like dragon worms, bouncing jigs is a little better. Not saying you don't catch them on cranks and things like that, but just it seems to be a better deal up here.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. So what are your goals for 2021 for the channel?
For the channel?
Yeah.
Just I guess keep it simple. Just keep making contact and help people suck less, catch more fish. Like that's
great goal.
That's my tagline. If you're here to help you catch more bass and suck less. That's what
I like it, man. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, thanks again for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
We better wrap this up. Otherwise, we'll be like after hours, and I'll have to get out some White Claws, and it'll get crazy. Nothing good happens in after hours. Nothing good comes from after hours.
No, nothing. No, man, I really appreciate it, man. It's been fun, man. That was fun watching you open up.
Well, it won't be a stranger. I'm sure we'll have you back on.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Rich.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Much, man. Talk to you guys later, man. Great stream tonight, man. The comments were fantastic, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always good stuff. Have a good one, man.